Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another day of the Tech High School Series playoffs. We got some Rocket League action, and tonight with me in the casting booth is the legendary Hot Sauce. Hot Sauce, how you doing today?
Oh, great. Excited. We got the Tech High School Series Division II coming up first here. A couple games of that as we have got into the semifinals of the playoff. And then a little bit later tonight, we're going to bring you that Division I action as well. Flater, we got Greater Altoona, number one, going against Penn Trafford, number 4. Thoughts on this first matchup here today?
All right, we've seen Greater Altoona dominate both sides of the division, right? We've seen them dominate in Division 1 and see them dominate in Division 2. This being the Division 2 playoffs, they're going up against the 4th seed, which is Penn Trafford. Now, Penn Trafford has been stepping up their game lately in the last few weeks of the normal matches, so we could see some kind of an upset, I'm just saying.
Yeah, Greater Altoona, Hollidaysburg, and Forest Hills were all 5-1. Forest Hills got upset by the number 6 seed, so they're going to be taking on Hollidaysburg a little bit later today, as you see there. But Hollidaysburg, Greater Altoona, both 5-1. Westmont Hilltop coming out of nowhere to upset Forest Hills. We'll see if they can do that in that second game as well. That's pretty surprising to me, Flater.
So it's going to be very fun. And we saw Westmont Hilltop coming out on top against Forest Hills, right? That was the biggest upset of the previous week playoffs. Today, we might see another one. We don't know.
Yeah, it's certainly going to be exciting. Penn Trafford, a very talented team. They did end up in that number 4 seed, so they're going to have probably their toughest game of the season and in the playoff bracket coming up here today. So if they can somehow upset Greater Altoona, they could find themselves playing in that final, possibly winning it all.
Absolutely, and this is Division 2, so all of these teams, still learning in the game. So this has been a learning experience for them here in the past division, and this is gonna be where they find out how much they've improved since last year.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. And again, these are best of 5s here today, right? No longer a best of 3. So you do have a little more leeway, a game to give, so to speak. So we'll see who comes out. A lot of times in these best of 5s, you do have those first game jitters. So to me, I often look toward the second game to see how the series is going to play out. Teams tend to kind of settle into their gameplay, but it's always nice when you can pad that first win.
Absolutely, and we shall see if Greater Altoona, if they bring in the same rat that they have been bringing in the past few games, in the past few series, we'll see it here right now. The first game of this best of 5 now underway.
All right, and already on the attack here. They're trying to pressure it out from the corner. Streamer looks to pop it up, and then again on the attack, a couple tactical misses coming out of here as Extreme looks to fire one toward the net, and Square is going to stop this one, bring it down, look to carry this one out. A nice flick over the head as well. And again, we thought it would be a little sporadic early. We're certainly seeing that here.
Absolutely. Penn Trafford, they're starting off strong, spending at least 30 seconds on the offensive side, and they are not stopping anytime soon. Here's Square up with the ball. No second touch for him. Could take a flick here, but the last man, comes into the space, gets the touch, maybe send a pass over to Bentley. However, no goals yet. We're only a minute in, and so much action has gone down.
Yeah, again, a little back and forth already. Square up under the wall, looks to carry this one across midfield, does. They're going to have to contest soon. And again, Penn Trafford able to get up. They need to make sure they're up in the air contesting these balls. They don't want to give Greater Altoona those easy aerials. And look what we've got here. Bentley coming through with a big first goal, and Penn Trafford looking to upset Greater Altoona early.
And also, we talked about in the first game jitters being the case, but so far, Penn Trafford, they are warmed up and ready to just take this game by storm.
Yeah, I mean, Penn Trafford, even though they are the 4 seed, only one game separates these two teams. Greater Altoona 5-1, Penn Trafford 4-2. A little bit of trouble, though. The ball floating in front of their net here. They need to find the clear, but Greater Altoona on the attack. We see DB up top, looks to waterfall this one down in front of the net, and they're going to carry this one on out. Cross midfield here.
A lot of back and forth. That demo could do some wonders, but demos all the way through from both the teams. And DB Kelly taking just a little bit of time to get this ball under control, sends it waterfall down in front of the orange net. Hunter taking a little too long, almost ended up getting scored on, but here he is again off the ceiling looking for this clear. Does he get it? Yes, he does. Follow-up comes in as well, and we got Penn Trafford back on the offense.
Yeah, we see Square looking to carry this one out across midfield. Ben Trafford has done the better job of maintaining possession thus far, and they do find themselves up by 1. A good bump here as Bentley realized he couldn't get to the ball in time. Finds another bump helps create and alleviate some of the space, but right now, Greater Altoona is firing shot after shot, and the double tap off the backboard, Square able to find the equalizer.
All right, amazing aerial play coming in from Square off the backboard, like you said. All the three players on defense not ready for such a mechanical play, and Square, he reminds us this is still the Greater Altoona squad that we know and love.
All tied up 1-1 as we are getting close to that halfway mark. DB looking to carry this one across midfield. Looks for the touch off the wall. Can't quite find it. Greater Altoona has to get back near the net here as they fire one to the left. Square looks to push the attack, but again, a little bit of a tactical whiff here from Penn Trafford as they look to settle things down across midfield. A bit of a double commit from Greater Altoona. Can't get the double tap, though. Penn Trafford is stringing together some nice plays and passes thus far, though.
Absolutely, but they haven't been able to get out of their own half, and that has been the bigger problem here for Greater Altoona, as finally they do find the opportunity. A streamer, by the way, getting this pass down center over to Square. Can he get the angle? He almost does, but possession still very much maintained by the Greater Altoona side as the ball comes rolling down to the center field, sent back into the corner. But here's the accurate shot on target. Bentley with the save. But Greater Altoona, they keep applying pressure, and it only takes one mistake, hot sauce, to get scored on by Altoona.
Absolutely. Both these teams certainly have the skill. Looking to fire one in, but Penn Trafford showing good defense thus far. Needs to get this one cleared. Extrencia will do just that. Has a little bit of help, but Square Cubed is going to win that 50. The ball still knocking at the door down here at Penn Trafford's side. You got to find a clear here. They will settle this one down. Look to carry it off the wall. Re-ups on the boost is Extrencia, now sitting at 62, but a double commit from Greater Altoona. A nice shot off the backboard. They're going to fire one more, and Streamer is going to get it to put Greater Altoona up by 1.
And so much possession play coming out of the Greater Altoona side. The mistakes are bound to come through, which does come through in the end by Hunter on the defensive line, and Altoona have taken this lead right back into their own hands.
Yeah, unfortunately, just unable to get up in time, and now Penn Trafford finds themselves down by 1 as we near that 1:15 mark, and Streamer at midfield. Bentley doing a good job. Penn Trafford's done a great job of getting up and attacking this ball so far. So right now, Greater Altoona does find their way on top. And really, Greater Altoona struggled with that ball possession in that first half or even more. But right now, doing a phenomenal job of keeping possession on the Penn Trafford side. And I think that's why we find them up by 1 here.
But still, anybody's game. 50 seconds remaining here. Penn Trafford could take this right back. They're on the right side to do so. Square does find the clear, but there comes the pass from DB Kelly, who's looking for a bit of a flip reset. The ground pinch from Square could have had the opportunity to take the third one and maybe put the final nail in the coffin. So far, though, Penn Trafford still very much in this game, lasting for just a little while longer as they take it into the corner. No control for them as the boost is running out, and that spells danger unless they get this clear. We got Square once again in control at the corner, sending it over to Bentley. DB Kelly waiting for this pass, has a lot of boost to work with, gets it over 1. The ball comes rolling down in front of DB Kelly, and he makes no mistake in scoring the third goal.
Yeah, that's definitely going to be the nail in the coffin here as Greater Altoona. A tough start for them, but just able to finally settle into their gameplay, doing a great job of maintaining possession, finding these second and third chance opportunities. Greater Altoona is going to take game number 1, 3-1 here, unless Penn Trafford pulls up some kind of crazy miracle.
Of course, we saw Altoona starting off a little shaky, like you said, but Penn Trafford, they had a great first few minutes. I believe after that, it was just Altoona trying to keep possession as much to themselves as they possibly could, and that is what gave them this game 1.
Yeah, again, just a great job by Square Cubed, DB Kelly, and Streamer. Just really a rough start, as we had mentioned, but they end up coming 53% on the ball possession and 55% on the field domination. And those are big stats. Typically, teams are getting wins when they have those stats. 6 saves for Penn Trafford, though. But again, you got to find these shots to get goals. Every member from Altoona scoring a goal and able to take game number 1 here in this best of 5.
Absolutely, the possession play is coming in clutch for Altoona, especially those final few minutes of the game. Having control and, just making sure Penn Trafford ends up in awkward positions even after they make those clears. That's what got Greater Altoona this first game, and that is exactly what they're looking for game number 2 as well.
Yeah, I mean, I liked what I saw from Penn Trafford early. They didn't quite get those challenges that they needed in the second half of the game. We saw some double and even triple commits. So I think maybe needing to just take a deep breath, things got a little too quick for them. They never really got a chance to reset. So I expect Penn Trafford to come out very hungry in game number 2 and see if they can tie this series up.
So are our expectations, and hopefully Penn Trafford is able to bring an exciting game here in game 2, because like you said, game number 2 can be the most crucial one out here in a best of 5, and Penn Trafford, this is their time to shine.
Yeah, like I said, I mean, they did a great job in game number 1. Just things got a little hectic in that second half. So I look forward to seeing them play consistently well for 5 minutes. That's certainly what it's going to take a game away from this very talented Greater Altoona team.
Absolutely, and we will find out if Penn Trafford have what it takes to challenge Altoona here in this game number 2. The players are in. Hot sauce, do we have any predictions for this one?
I'm hoping that Penn Trafford ties the series up, but Greater Altoona looks like they've really settled into their gameplay. I think they're going to be very tough to beat here.
I completely agree. Altoona, they have been applying so much pressure in the last few minutes of this game. If they carry on the momentum, it's gonna be extremely difficult for Penn Trafford to make a play. Let's see if they are able to do so, though. As we see Square going off the side, well, multiple touches. However, possession not being able to maintain for much later. As we got Bentley now trying to keep possession to himself. DB Kelly comes in with a great intercept off the sidewall. He goes, has the dominance in hand, so could do a lot of damage. Should he get the second touch? No, he doesn't. Lime coming in clutch here, has a lot of boost to work with. Maybe a flick. Sends it over to Hunter. Square missing on the goal line. DB Kelly, however, there to make a play and sends us right back to the offensive side.
Yeah, now only one to beat here for Penn Trafford as DB looks to fire across midfield. There it is, and then the backwards bicycle kick coming out. Unfortunately, that's a whiff too, and you always want to be careful traveling backwards. In Rocket League, they almost tell you it's always a no-no. Just get the car turned around. Luckily, it doesn't come back to haunt them here, but again, you want to make sure you're playing nearly perfect when you're against this Greater Altoona team.
And I feel like the perfect plays haven't come through yet for Penn Trafford, because another whiff coming in from Lime. They're looking for the clear, but Streamer, look at that awareness coming in from a Streamer, by the way, as he went off the sidewall and made the flip into it and got the very first goal for Altoona.
Yeah, I mean, the defense really just cheating forward. There was no one else back, and with that defender cheating so far forward and not being up in the air to contest, Altoona knew that they had the easy shot over the top, able to find the first one here with 3:38 on the clock, and Greater Altoona now looking to run away with it, certainly feeling very comfortable out here on the pitch since that first couple minutes have gone by, and now Bentley on the back pedal one more time. And if you take a look at the boost here, consistently Altoona is above 50. They're doing a great job of controlling the boost and really starving Penn Trafford from that boost. Here in the replay, you see Hunter only had 3. I think there was 31 for Lime as well. And really, Greater Altoona is just capitalizing on all aspects of Rocket League at the moment.
And that is how you force a mistake out of a team that's already in defense, right? You make them starve, and that is what Altoona is good at. That is what we've been seeing this entire season, and we continue to see it here in the playoffs. Here they go once again. Penn Trafford on the offensive side here could stick with it a little while longer, but the back passes coming in are going to do a lot of damage as DB Kelly goes off the sidewall, misses the second touch though, but he's already made this time tick down even further. Square, a bit of a doomsday dish attempt, failed to do so. However, we got another opportunity for Penn Trafford to get this first goal, and here it is, the shot coming in from Hunter himself as he dribbles the entirety of the Altoona squad.
Yeah, I mean, no boost for Bentley, one left for Hunter, but just able to get by, and Square actually went out for that boost to take it away from Hunter, and by just going to the left there, just a few feet, didn't have enough time to get back. Penn Trafford now with one on the board, nearly, not quite halfway, near that 2:30 mark, but again, now they have plenty of time to find the equalizer and bring themselves back into this one.
Plenty of time here on the clock here. We got half the game remaining for Penn Trafford to make this comeback. They've already secured one. What's more, you got to take another. A bit of a clear coming in from Hunter there as the double touch comes in. The intercept absolutely necessary, but here is an opportunity for a pass taken away in the corner. The ball just sticking around. We got Bentley not on the right side of the ball. Will be beaten to it by Streamer, who takes it up. We got Lime in the corner, making this clear happen, and here's an opportunity for Penn Trafford that doesn't present itself very often. They're looking for the offensive play here, but the defense from Altoona has been phenomenal so far.
Yeah, Altoona going up for that one. They do miss, unfortunately. DB there for the backup. The second chance opportunity as Lime looks to carry this one out. Does get an epic save there as well, but the relentless attack from Altoona, firing shot after shot. Hunter with a pinch, tries to get the booming clear, does, but no help downfield. That one's going to be shot right to the opponents of Greater Altoona. And again, they're finding the possession in their favor. And, Penn Trafford has got to find the way to get the ball out of this side of the net or field.
And it's right now. They got to do it right now, because look at the amount of pressure that Greater Altoona is applying here. Now already finally sent back to their own defensive half. DB Kelly making a bit of an awkward touch here, but he makes the second one as well. And Hunter misses just by a few milliseconds as DB Kelly, here he is looking for a pass over to Square, gets the demo as well. So keeping possession in mind, sends it off the sidewall. Opportunity for a shot, goes for the fake, and Square's there to clean it out.
Yeah, you cannot make simple mistakes like that in a playoff game, especially against the talented Greater Altoona team. We see just a big whiff coming out, just a little shy of the ball. He's going to just kind of cheat just under that one. If he hits that ball there, Greater Altoona does not find the goal. Now they're up by 2 with just a minute on the clock, and it's going to make it that much more difficult here for Penn Trafford.
Absolutely, and look at the plays that Altoona has been making so far. You have to love what you're seeing here, because I mean, not every day there comes a team that, they start off a little shaky, but then they come right back in the first game and they're doing the equal amount of damage in game number 2.
All right, off the wall here, DB looks to carry out. The 50 doesn't go their way as Penn Trafford trying to apply some of that pressure, but now on the back pedal, and nobody's going up contending this ball. They're just allowing them to carry it down in the air. They need to find at least one player to go up and try to put a car on that ball and not give them such free control and free possession over the field.
Absolutely not, and they're looking to do exactly that here with only 15 seconds remaining. Penn Trafford, they're running out of opportunities, not a lot of time left, as I said, in Square with the last few seconds possession. Will just be putting those final nails in the coffin as the shot comes in towards the top left corner, saved by Penn Trafford. However, it is nothing more than a consolation save as Altoona take game number 2.
Yeah, and the tough thing about being down 2-0 is how to play consistently in Rocket League and not make any mistakes for 5 minutes is very tough, right? So now Penn Trafford being down by 2 games, they have to reverse sweep here. They have to play flawlessly for 15-plus minutes to take these away from Altoona. Altoona's sitting with a 2-game cushion, and it's just in a very good position to be in. Look at the field domination. Look at the ball possession as well. Penn Trafford did a little better on boost consumption, but in the end, it just wasn't enough.
Just wasn't enough. That has been the name of the game so far, Hot Sauce, and I wonder what Penn Trafford can actually do here to pull this reverse sweep off.
Again, they've played very well, but it's just been like one big mistake in each game. We saw in game 2 there, just kind of going under the ball, leaving that net wide open, and they get that easy goal to put them up by 2. And a 2-game cushion in a playoff game is very, very good. So again, right now, Penn Trafford is just making some minor mistakes, and unfortunately for them, Greater Altoona is capitalizing on every single one.
And I mean, the turning point has to be that fake coming in from the Altoona side. It has to be the highlight of the series as well. No, like I said, Altoona, they bring out plays that you don't see every day here in Division 2.
Yeah, I would like to see a little more aggressiveness from Penn Trafford. And I'm not talking about just bumps and just demos, but getting up for that ball, use that communication. We don't want to see a double commit, right? But we do want to see them going up and challenging these balls early at midfield, not allowing them to carry it through the air all the way down to their net, because then they're having so much trouble getting it out. So I do want to see a little bit more aggressiveness and just getting up and attacking that ball from Penn Trafford. I think they can take this game if they do that.
Absolutely, and here we go. 5 minutes on the clock here for game number 3. Series point for the Altoona side. All they need is one more game here in this best of 5 series. And Penn Trafford, however, Hot Sauce, I like what I see. They're starting off strong here, and I want to see this first goal going to their side.
Yeah, already on the counterattack, though, but there's Hunter at midfield. We talked about them being a little more aggressive, applying the pressure, and Hunter certainly doing that here, but DB will carry this one out. No one pressing up at midfield here. Nobody pressing that ball, allowing DB to take it all the way to the corner. And these are the things that we kind of talked about. We need to kind of get a sense of urgency under Penn Trafford and not allow them to give up so much free space for Greater Altoona.
Absolutely not, but look at that. Here's Altoona once again carrying on the momentum from the last previous games and shooting it right at the back of the orange net square. Even after the first miss, he's right there, and so is DB Kelly. Double commit, double the chances of success for Altoona, and they've done just that.
Yeah, and both Penn Trafford members still at the goal, double committing at the goal. They have one to push out and one to stay at the goal. So, again, they've got to work on that communication. They got to work on attacking that ball early. And right now, another triple commit from Penn Trafford. Greater Altoona looking to capitalize, but again, DB right there. Hunter will find a demo. We talked about how demos could certainly help them here, and it does help alleviate some of that space and that pressure, but look who's at midfield already. Greater Altoona playing that third-man role very, very nicely.
Absolutely, you love to see it. What we're seeing here from Greater Altoona has some of their best gameplay right here is square. As I say, that misses right in front of the goal line. However, Streamer there to pick it back up against two. Fails to make this pass, but DB Kelly, there is tight rotations coming in from Altoona, right? And that is exactly why we see Penn Trafford struggling to get out of their own half.
Yeah, I mean, double commit after double commit, both going up for the ball again. You got to work on that communication. I hate to sound like a broken record, but honestly, it's been the big game changer thus far in this series. And shot after shot, Altoona's not done. Streamer will find one more. And right now, Greater Altoona is just in that comfortable zone. It's like they're at home playing on their couch. They're just having fun with it, and they're looking to close it out with a sweep.
Absolutely, they're looking to do just that. Like you said, so far, all of these opportunities on the offensive side that Penn Trafford has found, Greater Altoona, they take it right back and they send in a counter-attack, which Penn Trafford hasn't been able to save. Like you said, a lot of double commits coming in from Penn Trafford is not going to help their case, so a bit of a miraculous comeback is required here.
Yeah, and again, a reverse sweep, and you have to get 3 goals just to put yourself back in this game, and now 3. I mean, Greater Altoona is showing you why they're 5-1 on the season, showing you why they're the #1 seed in Division 2, and they are certainly putting on a showcase here in these last 2 games.
Oh, square breaking ankles and knees there in the orange corner. Nail in the coffin here for, I believe, a Penn Trafford, because so far nothing has been going their way. And square, here he is once again, a bit of a flip reset. Can he get the accurate shot? No, he can't. But once again, the dominating play style from Greater Altoona is being carried on here in the second half of this game. Penn Trafford finally looking for this clear, still not being able to find it, and it is just like what you said. Same mistakes coming in from the Penn Trafford side.
Yeah, unfortunately, they're just finding too many double commits. They're not really going up and challenging the ball. And honestly, they did very, very good in game #1, but it all kind of started to fall apart. They're just not as good as getting up quickly for the ball. And we'll see an instance of that here in the replay. The ball nice and high here. Streamer unable to get up in time while pressing out from the front post, right? You want to circle to the far post and press out from that direction to give yourself a better defensive stance at that shot on goal. Unfortunately, it is not here for Penn Trafford. 4-0 for Greater Altoona, and you gotta believe that this is probably all she wrote at this point.
Absolutely. Making a miraculous comeback here is something that I would want, but it is a bit of a Christmas present for me because, the 4-goal lead, 5-goal lead, it doesn't matter for Greater Altoona because all they care about here is scoring one goal after the other. DB Kelly just flipping the ball on top of his car while the teammate goes for the bomb. How do you expect to make a comeback against a team with this coordinated?
Yeah, I mean, just a great job of finding that first shot or that pass and then going into the net, bumping the goalie as well, giving him an easy opportunity, an easy shot on goal. And, Penn Trafford has played very well in these first 2 games. Unfortunately, things have kind of fallen apart there for him in game number 3. And we talked about not being able to make minor mistakes because a team like Greater Altoona is going to make you pay. And they're certainly showing you here, why. 5-0, unreal.
Absolutely unreal. No better way to put it. Square, once again, here he is looking to make plays that we have not seen before here in Division 2. They're dominating the play style. And, it just goes to show that what the second team that's going to be going into the grand finals has in store for them.
Yeah, I mean, we will see them a little bit later here. Hollidaysburg, who is also 5-1, on the season. So that'll give us a good idea. But again, we had Westmont Hilltop upset that 5-1 Forest Hills team, and they were the #6 seed. So we certainly cannot count Westmont Hilltop up in this second series we're going to be seeing here soon.
Absolutely not yet, because they made a comeback here in the playoffs, and you love to see a team improving by a ton of margin going into the playoffs. But as I am talking about the second game, here he is, DB Kelly, once again taking a shot unhinged by the bump coming in, where he just goes in, secures the shot on target, and we are up by 7 goals for Greater Altoona.
Yeah, I mean, no disrespect, because we are obviously talking about that second game, but unfortunately for Penn Trafford, things just didn't go their way today. They had a very good first game. Second game started to get a little rough, but here in game number 3, Greater Altoona just running away with it. And I think Penn Trafford kind of feeling some of that frustration. It's really showed here in game 3. And again, they just got to work on that communication a little bit. This would be a great video for them to go back and review, especially because it is a tougher team like Altoona, and they can kind of see where they double and triple committed, where they should have calmed a little bit more, where they should have, maybe gone up and contested some of these balls at midfield. So a lot to learn. And again, 4-2 on the season, a great playoff run as well. They certainly have to hold their heads high. They've all done a phenomenal job here today.
Absolutely. Placing, I believe, 4th or in the 3rd position here in the playoffs, and not a bad deal whatsoever. Going up against the top seed and playing a decent first game. We were, put onto the edge of our seats, expecting a really exciting matchup. Unfortunately, Altoona, they came in guns blazing, and they showed us what they're capable of here in game number 3, up by 7 goals, and they're looking to dominate even further. With 10 seconds remaining, can we get the consolation goal from Penn Trafford, or will it be an 0-7 scoreline?
Oh, nearly getting one more, but the clock will expire, and Greater Altoona will get out the brooms, win it in sweeping fashion, and keep that playoff drive alive as they're going to head into that finale there, and they're going to be taking on the winner of this next game coming up, Hollidaysburg, that number 2 seed, who is 5-1 versus Westmont Hilltop.
Absolutely, and here we see once again, looking at the scoreboard, 13 shots coming in from Altoona's side, and there's nothing else to say except for the absolute domination that each and every single one of these players, GB Kelly, Square, and Streamer, has brought onto the playing field and are going to be bringing into the grand finals, which are going to be, I believe, a week or 14 days from now. I'm not too sure about that, but 3rd December, yes, 14 days from now, so it's going to be very exciting.
Yeah, speaking of that epic conclusion to this exciting season, I want to remind everybody that on December 3rd, it will be happening at St. Francis University again. So they're going to be hosting that championship again December 3rd. This one's a little earlier at 9 a.m. at that St. Francis University in Loretto, PA. So guys, if you're fairly close, we would love to see all the faces out there supporting the crew. It's going to be a great time. If for some reason you can't make it out there, we're going to have it for you here right on the main channel, twitch.tv/The Esport Company. And don't forget, that action is going to start at 9 a.m.
Absolutely, and we will be back with the second game very shortly. So stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back once again to the second series here in Division 2. My name is Freer, and still with me in the casting booth, this is the legendary Hot Sauce. Hot Sauce, we got a wonderful matchup ahead of us now. We got Holidaysburg going up against a bit of a team that we were not expecting to shine ever so brightly, Westmont Hilltop.
Yeah, Westmont Hilltop, number 6 seed. They were 1-5 in the regular season. They've already upset Forest Hills, who was 5-1, and now they're going to be taking on Holidaysburg, who's that number 2 seed. They're going to be 5-1 as well. So it's on paper you would think Holidaysburg would win this one. Unfortunately, Westmont Hilltop is looking pretty dangerous.
Absolutely, it's going to be very fun to see how the sixth-seeded roster is going to be facing the second-positioned roster, Holidaysburg, who has been absolutely dominant in the season regular play and here in the playoffs as well, not dropping a single game so far, and they're looking to do it once again here in this best-of-5 series.
Yeah, on paper, I look at it and I think, oh, Holidaysburg would have this in the bag. Westmont's only won one game in the regular season, but the simple fact that they were able to upset Forest Hills in that first bracket is just amazing. So you really can't, you don't know what's going to happen at this point, basically.
Absolutely. It's going to be very fun to see how these two rosters fare up against each other right here in this best of 5. Like you said, Hot Sauce, Westmont Hilltop have been doing a number on a lot of teams, and we shall see if they're able to do this exact same thing here.
Absolutely. And while we got just a moment, I want to remind everybody that TechCon is coming back as well. So get excited for the awesome event. It's going to be even better than last year. It's going to be July 15th, 2023. So we do have some time, but mark your calendars because it's going to be a fun-filled day for sure. A lot of live esports action. They got music, video game competitions, free play, VR, you name it. They got a ton of stuff going on there. So we hope that everybody comes out and has a great time. If you want more info on that, you can check it out at theesportcompany.com. Just like the main channel here, it's theesportcompany.com, and that'll get you more info on that.
All right. Now, Hot Sauce, I want to know what you're thinking. We have the players getting into the lobby, right? I want to know what you're thinking about these two teams. Do we see Westmont Hilltop do the exact same thing that they did in the earlier round of the playoffs? Or do we see Holidaysburg coming in and doing what is necessary for them to take this into the grand finals?
Well, we got a little insider information, and I guess Westmont Hilltop has a ton of players. Some of them can't always play due to other sports that they are in. So I think it's probably going to be very dependent on what Westmont Hilltop players we have out on the pitch today. Holidaysburg, a very talented team, only dropping one game in the regular season. But hey, we're underway, so I'll just let these cars do the talking.
Absolutely, and the cars have been talking a lot in those past 20 seconds. We see Westmont Hilltop starting us off on the offensive side here. Bit of back and forth. Royal Adventure takes it high, an opportunity to send it right into the orange net, but iTrolleyman gets the demo, and he is there to make the goal as well. The first goal going to Holidaysburg.
Yeah, I think Holidaysburg is well aware that Westmont did upset a top team already. So they want to come out swinging, really apply the pressure, and that's what we're seeing so far. Holidaysburg able to go up 1-0 with just 33 seconds off the clock.
30 seconds in, Holidaysburg is showing us who's boss here with the very first goal. But so far, just a lot of back and forth. We saw some whiffs coming in from the Westmont Hilltop side, and here is another one as Janforce makes no mistake in putting this one at the back of the net.
Yeah, I mean, just a nice little easy read, chips it up, and unfortunately, the defense not able to get up high enough to stop that one. Holidaysburg looking like they're coming out to just get a nice clean sweep here.
So far, so good for Holidaysburg. Here they go once again. On the offensive side, we got Janforce. A little amount of boost to work with. Isn't able to do much with it as we got Ty Hall now. Trying to take this away, send us into the first counter-attack opportunity for the Westmont Hilltop side. He sends it into the center, but Janforce there just a little too quick on the ball. But look at that, whiffs coming in all the way through, and that's going to give iTrolleyman here this opportunity on the backboard as he tries to send this down, but taken into the corner. Westmont Hilltop holding on to this 2-goal trail.
Yeah, it was a good attempt to waterfall down for the teammates, but they have been relentless here, shot after shot after shot. And it's only a matter of time before the ball begins to fall in the back of the net when you can shoot like this. Right now, Westmont Hilltop unable to get the ball out of their half. And honestly, Holidaysburg is just dominating in this field possession at the moment.
Absolutely. And I cannot explain it any better. We got Hollidaysburg doing a number on the defense of Westmont Hilltop, and so far, here they go once again in possession. Little Ninja sending it over to Trolleyman. It's a straight shot towards the net. Almost saved by Royal Adventure there, which he does save, rather. Little Ninja, once again, doesn't want to let out this offense just yet. We got opportunities. We got these strikers one moment after the other, and it's a tight rotation coming in, so offense still very much on for the Hollidaysburg side.
Yeah, again, they've just done a great job of maintaining possession down here as well, doing a great job of making sure that they're usually above that 40 or 50 boost mark as well. And now attack after attack, they're going to find the demo off the back wall, or the side wall rather, coming in front of the net. Royal Adventure able to pop this one up. We'll get up into the air, and that's what we want to see from Westmont. They need to get up in the air. They need to attack the ball early and try to keep the possession on this Hollidaysburg side. We already see Hollidaysburg carrying down here on the counterattack.
Wow. Hollidaysburg so quick on the ball there, sending us right back onto the offensive side, making it so hard for Westmont Hilltop to just have any time on the offense. I mean, I'm sure we'll have the graphs up for this game. We could tell that Hollidaysburg would probably have more than 70% of the ball possession, because so far that's what they've been doing. 2 minutes left in this game, and we still have just a 2-goal lead. But look at the amount of dominance that Hollidaysburg is showing here in these past 3, and that could have been another one, but Ty Hall comes in with another save.
Yeah, Trolleyman at midfield fighting for the ball. We'll look for the boost, but that one has been taken, so Trolley starved it. 0 boost. Doesn't miss. Has to settle in again. Has no boost. Looking to carry across midfield, trying to find a teammate, but with that pinch, we'll pop it up toward the goal. Janforce looks to fire this one up. That one's going to be high above the crossbar here, and now the second chance shot does go flying by from Hollidaysburg Royal. On the counterattack, there's C-Cell looking to make a little razzle-dazzle play together, but a wide open net, and this one's going to hit the post. They are going to dodge a bullet here. 1:28 on the clock, and Hollidaysburg is knocking at the net yet again.
They need to make this attack work. They need to set up a counter-attack right about now, because it all starts with applying pressure. 2-goal deficit, not a big deal. But the amount of pressure being applied by Hollidaysburg, you gotta tone it down just by a little bit first. Ty Hall not keeping possession. That's not a good start. 60 seconds left on the clock here. Royal on the ball. In the corner, gets the pinch down center. We got Lil Ninja keeping the possession onto the blue side, maybe looking for another pass, which he does get. Westmont Hilltop's defense has been holding strong in these past 2 minutes, but that's not what's going to get them this game.
Yeah, Trolley here on the attack again, and Hollidaysburg came out swinging early. They did a great job. They put 2 early goals on the board. Westmont has settled nicely, though. They've been playing much better defense, not really double committing as much, but still making some minor mistakes, unable to really kind of contest the ball and get that possession on the Holiday side.
Still a 2-goal lead with only 25 seconds remaining here. And it's going to be very hard for Westmont Hilltop to make a comeback as the time is ticking down. Hollidaysburg is still keeping this possession to themselves. Little Ninja, a bit of a reverse gear here as he sends it right back to the Janforce side. 10 seconds left, and this game might just be done with as we see Hollidaysburg up by 2, but we're taking game 1.
Yeah, just a great job by Hollidaysburg to come out. They needed to make a strong performance early so they didn't fall into that same situation that Forest Hills did. They did a great job here in game number 1. But again, Westmont Hilltop was really settling into their gameplay. So I look to see this second game. You can see there's 6 saves, field domination, 76% for Hollidaysburg. So Westmont really just not getting too many offensive plays together to kind of put them in contention.
Absolutely, and it's just like I said, the domination coming in from Hollidaysburg, something to think about, because the amount of offense that they have put into this game, it just goes to show what else they're going to be bringing in the next two games. I don't know how it was. Westmont Hilltop, they have to just be a little more offensive there on in front of the goal line. They got to start making attacks early. They got to start challenging early, and that all starts with having boost control and having the field awareness.
Yeah, I think game 2 is going to tell us a ton. If Westmont Hilltop can come out and grab this game, I think we're going to have a phenomenal series, because we saw them, they gave up 2 early goals, but then they started to play very nicely. They didn't commit any goals in that second half of the game to Hollidaysburg. So I think if they can come out, answer in game 2, play very well, play like they did the last half of the first game, then they could very well take game number 2. But I feel like if Hollidaysburg comes out and dominates this one, we might as well get out the brooms.
Yeah, it is going to be tough for Westmont Hilltop to make this comeback right here, as we are just about ready to head on into game number 2, and a bit of a map that we don't see here every day. I believe Forbidden Temple, not something that you see in the competitive pool, but I love to see this map right here.
Yeah, I like the Forbidden Temple as well. You're too young, but it reminds me of a show that I used to watch when I was a kid as well. So a little nostalgia for me. Hollidaysburg up 1-0. Westmont needing to come out strong here early. They do have some possession on that side, but a nice touch off the wall, and now it's going toward the net. Ty Hall will find a touch, but really not a strong one here. And again, they don't want to find themselves stuck on this defensive side for the majority of the game.
Absolutely not. They have to take a stand here. They have to get out of their own half and look for opportunities, because otherwise we see Hollidaysburg just walking away with goals after goals. It's off to a great start here, off to a decent start, I might say, as Cecil sends it right back on the blue side. We got Janforce, one touch to his name, not multiple. Cecil sends it right back, so a lot of ping pong action going on here, and we see Westmont Hilltop for just a little bit holding their ground in this midfield.
Yeah, they're doing a much better job of going up and trying to contend that ball, but in a little bit of trouble now. They certainly have to be careful. Royal able to carry this one out with speed, has a chance for a wide open net, and the shot is going to be just a little too soft and to the left here. Unfortunately, Westmont looking to answer first. They are doing a very good job of applying the pressure to Hollidaysburg and really not giving them too much breathing room just yet. They have to be careful on the counterattack, though. And Trolleyman from downtown finds the first one.
There he is, a straight shot on target, no big deal. Puts it into the top left corner, maybe just center net though, but more than enough to take a lead just as well. Westmont Hilltop down by 1, and Hollidaysburg, they might just be off to the great leads that they usually end up taking.
Yeah, 1-0. And again, Westmont Hilltop was doing a great job initially, but they can't let this one goal bother them. They still have some good attempts down here. They're doing a good job of keeping that ball on the Hollidaysburg side. We really saw a complete different game in game 1. But again, consistency is key. Can they do it for the entirety of the match? And right now, knocking at the net, trying to find one. Trolley will look to carry out and does just that. They need to turn and contest this ball at midfield, though. They're given too much space. And another shot that's going to be high here. But yeah, they got to find a way to contest these balls a little bit better.
Absolutely, that's what they have to do here right now. Westmont Hilltop now on the offensive side. You need to make a shot here. You need to make these touches count. But unfortunately, possession doesn't stick with them for much longer, as the mechanical difference, we can see it clear as day as the possession goes right back in the hands of Hollidaysburg as they look to make this double touch happen off the backboard. Little Ninja couldn't make it through, but here's Janforce who will finally put it in. I believe it was a bit of an own goal coming in from the defense, but Hollidaysburg now up by 2.
Yeah, you know, it's so true, and we sound like a broken record, but consistency is key, and Hollidaysburg showing you why. They're 5-1, the number 2 seed, tied, same record as the number 1 seed as well. So, they show you why they're where they're at. They're consistently good. They play very, very well together. And, even when they're struggling a little bit in the opener of this game, not really affecting them, sticking to their game plan, finding the possession, finding the shots on goal. And they know they're good, right? They just know that they have to get the opportunities and the ball will fall in the back of the net.
So far, so good here for the Hollidaysburg side, as we see the similar scoreline in game number 1 as we see here in game 2. Westmont Hilltop still looking for their very first goal. Not being able to find it, not yet. We see some flashes of brilliance coming in from the Westmont Hilltop side where we see them on the offense, but so far it's just taken right back to the other side. We see Hollidaysburg dominate and take goal after goal.
Yeah, big demo there from Royal, though, and looking to kind of help create some space on that defensive side. Unfortunately, nothing comes out of that one, and he wins a 50. Cecil with a dirty 50 that finds the back of the net. And Westmont Hilltop not ready to be done just yet.
Just yet. Like you said, Hollidaysburg, now struggling on the defensive side. Westmont Hilltop finally figuring out how to make that offense work. It could be just one of those lucky plays that they could make. It could just be the hope for a comeback coming in from the Westmont Hilltop side, because still just a 1-goal deficit, and they could take it right back. They could send us into overtime.
Yeah, absolutely. 90 seconds left on the clock. Plenty of time, and they're knocking at the door once again. Cecil trying to find it. That one's going to be just a hair to the left, and now they put a little pass across midfield. Hollidaysburg with a nice shot, and the bump as well. But the defense from Royal Adventure, and I am absolutely loving the fight from this Westmont Hilltop team.
Oh, Royal Adventure bumped into the net makes the squishy save and sends it into the counter attack. But as of right now, the reality being we see Hollidaysburg still on the offensive side, holding on to the ball, keeping possession, and making these attacks. Tyhall, you do not want to see whiffs like that in the last few moments of this game. You need a goal and you need it now. Westmont Hilltop down by 1, could be down by 2 right here. Tyhall jump for it. No, he doesn't, and Trolley takes the second goal lead.
Yeah, I mean, it's just so close, and it's one of those things where, you know, Ty Hall has that small miss, and then based off of that small miss, things tend to break apart. They get the nice open shot, and again, when the team is this good, they're going to capitalize on any mistake you make. Hollidaysburg doing just that, and really kind of getting that 2-goal cushion, kind of putting it out of the reach of Westmont, unless they can find a goal here and still leave 20 to 30 on the clock.
We'll find out. Here they go once again. Hollidaysburg up by 2. Hot sauce. Whenever we've seen this team go up by any more than 1 goal, it just screams that they've taken this game. And it seems like so far they're on the right track to do so. 25 seconds remaining. I do not see a world where Westmont Hilltop makes a comeback. I would love to see it though.
Yeah, I mean, maybe they can find a goal here before regulation ends, but again, just not enough time here. 10 seconds, the ball still down on the Westmont Hilltop side as well, and they're looking to put one more in, just muscling it on through. They won't find it just yet, and it does appear that Westmont Hilltop will fall here in game number 2, so Hollidaysburg looking to keep that playoff bracket alive, and they are now at series point.
One more game for Hollidaysburg, one more game to secure that seat in the grand finals where they will be facing Greater Altoona, the one in the second roster. Westmont Hilltop, I do not want to count them out yet, but things are looking very bleak in terms of the chances that Westmont Hilltop have in order to make this reverse sweep happen.
Yeah, they did much better with the ball possession and field domination this time, but unfortunately, they weren't ever really able to get quality shots on goal. They did have a couple good attempts, but again, they found themselves playing defense. There was 4 to 6 saves as well, so doing a good job on defense, but they need to convert these counterattacks and try to put these goals away and put themselves on top.
That's the way it goes. Westmont Hilltop, more quality shots, quality over quantity. Like you said, Westmont Hilltop still only has 3 shots. But once again, Hollidaysburg, they're not like dominating on the offensive side. 6 shots coming in from the Hollidaysburg side, which means that you have opportunities to send them back into the defensive side and make a shot for yourself as Westmont Hilltop. Fortunately, that didn't happen in game number 2. But here's their final opportunity to bring something here.
Yeah, Hollidaysburg now 2-0, looking to get out the brooms, much like Greater Altoona did. Both these 5-1 teams wanting to really showcase their skills as they head into that grand finale. Hollidaysburg looking to close it out. Westmont Hilltop, though, we've seen some good fight from this team, and you certainly can't count them out just yet.
Absolutely not. Westmont Hilltop, they have what it takes to make a team from much higher their caliber take a sweep against them. So something like that, if we see a miraculous comeback, that's exactly what we should be looking for Westmont Hilltop side. So far, here is Hollidaysburg taking the first score in game number 3.
Yeah, the bicycle kick out of the goal is an absolute no, and you see why. Unable to change direction or angle, giving Hollidaysburg a super easy shot on the goal, and you don't want to give this team a goal, especially in the first 15 seconds. They find the demo, nearly get another, but Westmont somehow able to save that one. Not looking good here in game 3, though. This is a rough start.
It really is, and that's another opportunity for the Hollidaysburg side to take the second goal. So save comes in, so the defense holds on strong. Here's a shot, but like we said, the power just not there. Royal Adventure does get the demo, but once again, the offensive pressure, the attacking, still in the favor of Hollidaysburg as they're about to take the second one right here, but the save comes in from Cecil, and you love to see this kind of defense and would want to see this converted into the offensive side, but it seems like it is going to be a fever dream as Trolley Man takes the second goal Hollidaysburg lead.
Yeah, I almost wish that they would have scored that first time so we could watch the replay, because there were all 3 of Westmont Hilltop members, all 3 together, and all 3 at the front post. I mean, just from the simplicity of Rocket League, you always go to the far post and push out. And right now, Westmont Hilltop, just the basic fundamentals are starting to break apart for them in game 3. Hollidaysburg already up 2-0. Westmont needs to take a deep breath, reset. They can't afford. There's another double commit in the goal. They're somehow able to save this one, but again, 2 minutes. This is just mistake after mistake after mistake here, and unfortunately, Hollidaysburg is going to make them pay if they don't get a grip soon.
And they're already doing so. They're on the right track. Westmont Hilltop, we see 0 shots coming in, and we're almost 90 seconds in. So Westmont Hilltop need to pull up their socks and make an attack here. Here's an opportunity, but he sends it wide. Royal Adventure still very much capable of recovering this attack should he manage to get this pass. No, he doesn't. And Cecil, with that fifth, is going to give possession back to Holidaysport.
Yeah, again, there's still plenty of time on the clock. But Westmont Hilltop has to find a way to quit double and triple committing. I do like them going up here at midfield, contesting the ball. Certainly want to see them being more aggressive, but now nobody's back at the net. Wide open net. Unfortunately, they can't find a touch onto the ball, so the team will be able to get back in time. Cecil looks to carry this one out. Trolley will find the touch and keep it alive, though. And again, Hollidaysburg is just doing a phenomenal job at dominating both possession and field domination.
2 minutes and 30 seconds remaining here, Hot Sauce. Hollidaysburg, they are still dominating the exact way they did in last game. And Westmont Hilltop side, they're having opportunities right here, but the finishing touches that you need, they're not coming through, not yet, and they're absolutely crucial here. Still only a 2-goal lead, could turn into 3 right here if Trolleyman makes something wondrous happen, but we see Westmont Hilltop right back onto the offense. Here's Royal Adventure looking for a pass. Janforce takes it away, sends it down center for his teammate, and a Trolleyman there to clear that offense out. So Westmont, like we said, Hilltop, they do end up taking the ball onto the other side, but the finishers is what they need.
Yeah, we'll see him on another attack here, but again, already thwarted out and across midfield the other direction. Good aerial control here from Hollidaysburg, knocking at the net. One more, doesn't win the 50 as Royal looks to carry it out over the head. One more to beat, but Trolley will tuck it in, and Hollidaysburg has done a phenomenal job here at that third man positioning.
140 seconds remaining. Hollidaysburg still up by 2. Westmont Hilltop on the offensive side. Can they get this very first shot in? Opportunity from Cecil, takes it down center, but Trolleyman is going on a demolition derby as Cecil cannot make an attack alone, and it's going to be much harder to make it so right now because only the time Hot Sauce is taking down Westmont Hilltop. They feel the pressure right now. They're not able to convert these shots. They're trying, but Hollidaysburg, they just keep on drifting away with these possession plays.
Yeah, I mean, Hollidaysburg, the number 2 seed for a reason. They've consistently played well throughout the entire series here, and really capitalizing on the mistakes in front of them. Westmont, unfortunately, did just have too many double and triple commits. We see a little bit of craziness here, and just a simple, easy shot. Nothing fancy, nothing that realistically should go in. Was that Ty Hall we see flipping around, and both defensive members there really just not coming from that far post, not giving them a good chance at stopping the goal. And that was a really easy goal for Hollidaysburg that should not have been a really easy goal.
Absolutely, and once again, the time is ticking down here for the Westmont Hilltop side, but finally, I can get out of the state of a broken record. Here is Westmont Hilltop finally take that very first goal. Royal Adventure off that 50, making the shot go towards the back of the net, and we see a glimmer of hope for the Westmont Hilltop side.
Yeah, I mean, 49 seconds is enough time, but they have to find a goal. Typically, you want to give yourself at least 20 to 30 on the clock to string together some nice pass plays to get some momentum, and I think it's going to be very tough to do against this Hollidaysburg team. They've dominated both ball possession, field domination, and boost for the majority of all 3 of these games. So, but you never know. Oh my! And Westmont had a chance. 2 big tactical whiffs coming out. The fakies come back to haunt them, and now, unfortunately, I feel like that is just the wind out of the sails, the nail in the coffin.
Yeah, it seems like that goal might just do it. We are down to the last final 10 seconds here in Game 3. Westmont Hilltop down by 2. Do not see a world where they make this 2-goal sweep, but it's time for celebrations for the Hollidaysburg side because they have just took out the brooms and made this 3-0 clean sweep here in this best of 5 series as they secure their spot in the grand finals against Altoona.
Yeah, 2 wonderful series today. Two 5-1 teams putting on a showcase. 2 sweeps as well. And we see that field domination and possession again coming in the favor of Hollidaysburg. The demos as well. The touches, really just every category padding it up there. Hollidaysburg showing you why they're the number 2 seed. They're going to advance here today onto that grand finale. And I mean, you can't ask for a better finale though. Coming up on December 3rd, we're gonna have the number 1 seed, Greater Altoona, who was 5-1 on the regular season and hasn't lost in the playoffs, and Hollidaysburg shouting the same thing as well. 5-1, haven't lost a game in the playoffs. So honestly, you couldn't ask for a better championship on December 3rd. And guys, don't forget that does start at 9 a.m.
Absolutely, 9 a.m. A lot of the production stuff here from the Tech High School series. We'll see you there. And of course, as of right now, we will be taking a trip to Division 1 where we got 4 wonderful teams waiting to fight it out for the 2 grand final spots. So stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more Carball. Welcome back, and this time we got Division 1 matches right here for you. The first one, Forest Hills going up against Penn Trafford in a sweet best-of-5 series. Forest Hills, top of the seed, and Penn Trafford following shortly at 4. So, hot sauce, what are you thinking about this one?
Yeah, I mean, Penn Trafford's 4-2. They did do a great job throughout the regular season. I just don't see anybody stopping Forest Hills at the moment. Pig B, Mega Blaziken, the whole crew between the aerial control, the mechanical ability, the shots, the demos that we don't see as much of anymore. But
Yeah.
I just, I love to see an underdog win, but there's a lot of great teams left in these four. We have 2 6-0 teams, a 5-1 team, and a 4-2 team. So everybody has a lot of talent out here. But I mean, Pig B is top 100 in the world for a reason, and he has, as much as we talk about Pig B, he has solid teammates on the field as well. So Forest Hills has literally swept every single series throughout the entirety of the regular season and the postseason as well. So unfortunately, as much as I like to root for the underdog, I got to give it to Forest Hills here, and most likely in a sweeping fashion yet again.
It might just be the case here. We'll find out, because the first game here against Forest Hills, going up against Penn Trafford here in this best of 5 series, has now begun. And already we got Penn Trafford rather on the offense here, looking to make a play. So Forest Hills starting off on the back foot, but should they be staying there in the long haul? We'll find out.
Yeah, and we have the Mega Blaziken. We have Pig B here as well, and they're going to find a quick score. But Dirty Dave, I feel like, is a newer name, maybe one of those other players that we haven't really seen on the pitch yet. So excited to see Dirty Dave out there as well. But, we talked about how good Forest Hills is. They're showing you how good they are. Barely any time off the clock, and they already find a goal.
Here we go, second kickoff. It's going to be starting out. Here's going to be Pig B starting us off here as he sends this pass down center. No second touch for him, but already we see a lot of offense coming in from the Forest Hills side. Mega Blaziken sending it into the orange corner. Burb should be able to take this one as he takes it up high. Has a lot of boost to work with. Looks for a pass, fails to do so. Pig B quick on the intercept and looking for another counter here.
Yeah, a little bit of back and forth, but Forest Hills has done a great job of controlling this ball in the air as well. Pig B gets a little wild here as they pressure back down toward the Forest Hills side, and now looking for another shot. This one will be a little high into the left. We'll see if they can settle it back down. And, Penn Trafford's doing a good job of putting some shots down here on this side, not allowing Forest Hills to maintain all of the possession early. We'll see if they can keep it up.
We'll see if it happens, because so far it seems like Forest Hills, they have the defense's number here as we see Pig B once again. A 50 going in the opposite direction could be something for the Penn Trafford side as they're looking for this very first goal. Couldn't quite reach the angle, so it's going to be Pig B once again on the ball. A lot of control, and that's all he needs to secure another goal on the orange net.
Yeah, the control just so good, and we see it time and time again, but nothing too insanely flashy, just a nice aerial carry, sees the defense is there, just gets a subtle flick over the top, finds the second goal, and we kind of thought this was going to happen. Forest Hills, as we had mentioned, sweeping every team throughout the regular season, so looking to make a strong, dominating performance here in this semifinal as well.
Absolutely, so far so good. Forest Hills coming in hot here, securing 2 goals already in a matter of 90 seconds. We got Mega Blaziken, who's looking for more as he sends it over to Pig B, and that's a shot towards the top left corner. A little wide, not something that you'd see normally from the Pig B, but as of right now, we still got Forest Hills sticking to this possession play right here. Dirty Dave goes up high, sends it in the top right corner, saved away by Nick. But look at that hot sauce. They're still not finding any possession. Look at this team, Forest Hills. They're running away with each and every ball they take covered.
Yeah, honestly, I don't mind when Pigby misses a shot here or there. It just kind of lets us know that he is human. Because at times I wonder if he's a machine. Pigby, absolutely nutty. And again, nothing insanely fancy, just great control. Pops it up, turns the ball, hits it off that double tap on the crossbar. And again, just playing smart, methodical, and great Rocket League here. Up early 3-0 as we near that halfway point, and Penn Trafford unable to get on the board just yet.
Great. I mean, it all comes down to Pigby's amazing turns, right? The way he's able to manage his boost and make sure that the momentum is conserved throughout the 5 minutes. Never ever would you see him running out of boost and not having any kind of field domination, as we see Mega Blaziken going up high, getting it past one, but here's Nick to save the day as he sends it into the corner. No second touch for him. Pigby there to make a difference. Mega Blaziken right there with the follow-up. And into the same position we go once again, where it's Dirty Dave to pick up that fourth goal rather. Doesn't come through, but Forest Hills still managing to keep this offense rolling.
Yeah, just a great job of possession, field domination, all those key things that we look, when teams typically win, they do have the higher field domination, the ball possession as well. So Forest Hills just doing a good job of that. Penn Trafford has done a good job of contesting as well. A lot of times we see Forest Hills able to aerial all the way across the entire field. So Penn Trafford at least contesting well. We'll see him try to stop this one as well. But, it's just tough against the Forest Hills team. They're 6-0 for a reason, right?
Absolutely. And once again, 6-0 might just make it 7-0 right here, as Penn Trafford failing to get that second touch. You see Forest Hills again on the ball here is Mega Blaziken as he puts a shot on target, just a little into the corner, but more than enough to Pigby to pick it up once again. Multiple touches on the ball, sends it down center, and Mega Blaziken will make no mistake in putting this one at the back of the net. Pigby, look at this, a flip reset pass, a self pass first, and then onto the second touch to get Mega Blaziken securing the fourth goal.
Yeah, I mean, they're just so good. And honestly, I love this Penn Trafford team. I love United, who we'll be seeing in a minute. But I would love for that photo finish, Forest Hills, Greater Altoona, both being undefeated, sweeping throughout the whole season to meet in that grand finale. And right now, Forest Hills certainly putting in the work, looking to do that here.
See Dirty Dave taking it up high. Possession to his name, but Nick fails to make a touch. That's going to get this ball out of the net. And Dirty Dave takes the fifth goal for the Forest Hill side. It's just like you said, Hot Sauce. They take possession, they end up securing goals. It is clean Rocket League coming out from the Forest Hill side. As we've seen how physical they can be with their plays, but so far it's just been shots after shots, extremely accurate. But the first goal finally coming in from Penn Trafford off the kickoff.
Yeah, and again, this is what we want to see, right? We want to see them fight their way back into this, not go silently into the night. And Nick trying to show, we're here for a reason as well. We might be that number 4 seed, but we can compete with the best of them. So this game might be out of reach. 4 goals is a lot for 50 seconds, but if they can find 1, maybe even 2 more goals, but at least 1 before going into the next match, it helps build that confidence. It helps build that momentum so that you can play better in that second game.
Yeah, every goal counts here for the Penn Trafford side. They might just be looking to make the save right here, which Rai is able to do. And of course, the defense is, nowhere near bad. It has been amazing, but the offensive side from Forest Hills, they're just a little too good. As Pigby, once again, multiple touches to get this pass, and you cannot predict what this man is going to do in the air.
Yeah, constantly hitting the flip resets as well. And what's so crazy is they make it look so easy, but anybody who's ever played Rocket League knows that you're making these decisions in milliseconds. And for Pigby to make it look so easy, so natural, it's just so much fun to watch a very talented player like this. And even though we say Pigby's name a lot, the Mega Blaziken, the whole crew have a ton of skill, and that's certainly why they are that number 1 seed.
Of course, here, and we're almost ready for the trip down to the Brazil as Pigby looks to make the double touch happen. And here it is, 7-1 being the scoreline. Forest Hills issuing a statement here in the Division 1.
Yeah, it's kind of what we expected. I was hoping that Penn Trafford would be able to come out and kind of just hold them to all these aerial plays that they're getting. But unfortunately, Forest Hills is just so good with it. And right now, putting on a little bit of a showcase themselves. Penn Trafford able to steal 1 goal away, but again, game number 2 is going to be very important for Penn Trafford if they want to have a fighting chance. They have to come out early and just try to keep Forest Hills out of the air.
Of course, can't let Forest Hill to go for the shots like this, and of course they have to look for some kind of a strategy here, something that we haven't seen throughout the season. Will Pan Trafford be able to make a strategy like that? I mean, out of thin air, of course, here in Game 2, it does seem highly unlikely, but we can all just hope.
Yeah, I mean, field domination is right down the center, 50-50, right? So ball possession was a little more favored in Forest Hills, 55-45, but Penn Trafford actually had more boost consumption as well. So really the ball possession was almost the same. It just goes to show you how quickly Forest Hills scores. They get the ball, they don't have it in possession much because as soon as they get it, they're downfield, they're in the air, they're passing, they're scoring, the flip resets, you name it. They're just doing it all right now. So certainly well deserving of this number 1 seed, 6-0, and just showing you why they deserve to be here. I'm excited for this one.
No doubt about it. Penn Trafford now one more opportunity here in game number 2. Well, this could just easily go to game number 3, which it will be best of 5 series. But like you said, going down 2 games against Forest Hills is not the best idea. You got to make something here, right here in game 2.
Yeah, I agree. I think if they can find a good stand here and possibly even win game number 2, then they have a chance to even win the series. But if if Forest Hills comes back out, dominates, and wins game 2 in a dominating fashion as well, it's most likely going to be all over.
Yeah, it might just be the repeat of what we have seen so far in this season from the Forest Hill side. Here they go once again, starting us off strong on the offensive side. We see Burb now picking it up, has a lot of space to work with, looking to flick it over one, fails to do so. Rai has to make sure to get this ball onto the other side. Opportunity for Rai, it's a little too slow, and that was the first ever real opportunity for Penn Trafford to break that momentum. However, Forest Hill still end up coming out on top.
A good demo as well, but unfortunately nothing able to come of it. Mega knocking at the door here, and again a shot near goal as they will find the defensive stand here, but Dirty Dave pressuring across midfield, the fire, and again a beautiful save from Burblow to keep this one from going in. So already doing much better on that defensive side. Now they have to find the counterattacks and try to find a way to put one away, and this could be it. Sheesh, just a little wild here as they get sporadic, and Forest Hills able to settle it down, find the stop, and now pressing in the other direction. This is just some big back and forth here, Flater.
It really is. I mean, it's only been a minute, and you love to see what Penn Trafford is bringing onto the table here. It's like they understand what's going on, what needs to be done here in order to stop Forest Hills' offensive prowess. As we see Mega Blaziken taking it past one, but the shot opportunity is there. The accuracy just too good, and it's going to be Nick from the Penn Trafford side taking the very first goal here in Game 2.
Yeah, I mean, this is exactly what we wanted to see out of Penn Trafford. We wanted to see to get the first goal, to put one on the board early, and kind of create that pressure on Forest Hills. We talked about if Penn Trafford's able to win game number 2, they can certainly extend this series and possibly steal it away from Forest Hills. But again, you have to do it consistently for 5 minutes. And Forest Hills is just one of the toughest teams to do it against.
Here's what Penn Trafford, look at them. They're making it work, and right now, sitting on the offensive side, feeling pretty good about the offensive pressure they're portraying here. But finally, we see Forest Hills now getting out of their own half. Here's Pigby, right a shot towards the goal line, hits the post, and Penn Trafford still walks away with that 1 goal lead.
Yes, exactly. Up by 1, 3 minutes on the clock here, and they've done a great job of maintaining possession and applying pressure, not allowing Pig B to have any of these big breakaway plays, but now they have to be careful as Pig B will carry it off the wall. This means the aerials coming, looking for the flip reset, the pinch downward. Mega going up. Can they find it? And they do.
Right back in this game, and of course it is off from a Pigby pass. Multiple touches, flip resets on the ball to get the ball down center, making the shot extremely complicated yet so simple for the offense to put it one in the back of the net.
Yeah, Pigby is just fancy. You think he drinks his tea with the pinky up on the cup? Because that man is just fancy out here. Pigby pulling out all the stops and the moves. A nice flick overhead, though, from Penn Trafford as they look to carry on the attack. And Burb will find a shot. Pigby able to settle here. Nothing too crazy, though. We'll get that second touch so that Penn Trafford has to circle off. Coming down, a bit of a double commit, and they bump into each other. Penn Trafford has to be careful of making these minor mistakes because Forest Hills is going to make you pay every single time.
And that is no understatement. Every single time has been the case this entire season, and it's going to continue being the case here in game number 2 of this best of 5 series, up by 1 once again. Just when we saw it, Penn Trafford had the Forest Hills number for a while. We see them coming right back here. 2 minutes remaining. Forest Hills might just be looking to extend this lead now as Pigby puts a shot a little too wide off the target, so it's going to be taken away by the defense onto the midfield, picked up by Ryan. No boost to work with him. So, offense back in the hands of Forest Hills.
Yeah, I mean, the hocus pocus has been real throughout the entire season. Forest Hills has been doing nothing but riding the brooms. Every single series has been a sweep, and they are certainly not ready to give up that stat just yet. Penn Trafford, though, doing a phenomenal job of fighting back here in Game 2. They find themselves only down by 1 as we near that 90-second mark, 100 seconds on the clock here, and now they have to find a way to get out. A double commit is not the way you want to start it. Unfortunately for them, they do get a big enough clear that it doesn't come back to haunt them, but Pigby off the wall, doesn't get the aerial control, luckily for them, and now they have a good opportunity for a counterattack, a 3v1, but Dirty Dave is just well-read the play and then just sniffs it right out.
Hot Sauce, this is still a 1-goal game. Penn Trafford, we can expect them to make a comeback, but for that, they need to get out of their own half. They need to give us that confidence that they can make this defense work, and they can head right onto the offensive side. So far, it's not coming through. Pigby, once again on the offense, intercepted by Burb, the second man, there to make a play. Could not connect with it, so pressure still very much in the hands of Forest Hills as they make a shot on target. The shot's in, with the third goal going in favor of Forest Hills.
Dirty Dave said you can't save that one. A nice shot from midfield just over the head of Nick. Tries to rotate back. Rye can't quite get there in time, and Forest Hills will pad the lead with a 2-point cushion. And now that'll make things a little bit more comfortable. Penn Trafford has to be really ecstatic, though, with how well they've played in Game 2, especially after that tough game number 1.
Absolutely, and so far 3-1 being the scoreline. It seems like Forest Hills might just be walking away with game 2 as well, because 3-1 has now been converted to 4-1 in favor of Forest Hills. The shot coming in from, of course, Megal Blaziken from his own corner sends it flying onto the orange net.
Yeah, I think, Penn Trafford, knowing they needed to score goals because they were down 3-1, kind of cheating too far forward there. Forest Hills taking advantage of that. Nothing fancy, just a nice long shot that rolls in because nobody was able to get back in time for Penn Trafford. And, well, that's most likely has to be the nail in the coffin. 3 goals is pretty highly unlikely. And then when you add Forest Hills on that defensive side, it's almost impossible.
Really is, but look at that. Hot Sauce just as you pass it right back. Burb passes a shot right onto the back of the blue net, making sure the dream stays alive. But 20 seconds against a team like Forest Hills, you cannot expect Pigby to make the same mistake twice.
Hey, if I could cast or curse them their way to a victory, I wouldn't be sad about it, and I'm sure they would thank me as well. But again, 2 goals, 20 seconds. Forest Hills, just an extremely talented team. They are being a little extra defensive here, though, and I think that's how Penn Trafford was able to capitalize there. They've got 10 on the clock. I think you just stick with your game plan. It's been working for the entire season and postseason as well. So Forest Hills able to go up 2-0 in this best-of-5 series, needing just one more to keep the sweep alive, as they have done in every single series thus far this season.
Every single series, Hot Sauce, you said it. Not a single game being dropped by the Forest Hills roster as they head on into the game number 3 of this best-of-5 series. Only 1 away from securing that spot in the grand finals.
Yeah, and, Penn Trafford still had the better boost consumption. Ball possession, field domination was just a little more in the favor here of Forest Hills. But again, the score wasn't even as big of a deficit. So Penn Trafford certainly playing better here. But it's just so tough when you're up against 3 very talented members here on this Forest Hill squad.
Absolutely. It's not going to be easy. As we say, Megal Blaziken here in game number 2, the MVP, of course. And heading into game number 3, Hot Sauce, what do you think? Do we see Penn Trafford making a comeback? I know it's highly unlikely so far because the way Forest Hills have been playing, it just... Yeah, I see the face. I see that how confident you are in Forest Hill's ability. I mean, it's fair, it's true, but we gotta think about the opportunity. We gotta think of the chances that Penn Trafford have here against Forest Hills.
Yeah, I mean, I love an underdog. I'm almost always rooting for the underdog, but if I have to be realistic with myself, there's a reason that Forest Hills is where they are, and I don't see Penn Trafford taking this game from them. They really needed to take game 2 if they wanted a fighting chance. I think Forest Hills is really comfortable. They're in that zone, and unfortunately for Penn Trafford, I think it's going to end in a sweep.
I think that might be the case too. And Penn Trafford now in game number 3, ready to prove us wrong. I mean,
I
I
hope
should
so.
hope so.
I
I
hope
hope
so
so.
too.
Yes.
Now, and nothing to take away from Burb, Nick, Rye, all phenomenal individuals and all just outstanding Rocket League players as well. And they have no tough task in front of them, but certainly, Penn Trafford has the ability to steal games away. So we will keep our fingers crossed and we'll be silently cheering for Penn Trafford back here, but a tall, tough task in front of them.
Absolutely, and that might just be okay. Penn Trafford. I think if we hype up ourselves more, Penn Trafford might just end up taking this win. So, also, would you be doing the
Like
honors?
I said, I will gladly cast or curse their way to a victory if I can, but they're gonna need a lot more help than from me going up against Pig B, Dirty Dave, and the Mega Blaziken, who have been absolutely on fire here today. But Penn Trafford coming through big. Rye scores another. And just 30 seconds off the clock, Penn Trafford able to find 2, and now I'm getting excited.
Absolutely, you'd love to see 2 goals already in a matter of 30 seconds going to Penn Trafford. Now, Forest Hills shaken up by what Penn Trafford has brought in here in game number 3, and they want to keep this dream alive. We'll find out whether they're able to do so. Pigby, that's not the best touch. Penn Trafford, are they there to make a play? Not yet. Dirty Dave takes it into the corner. Possession play for Burb. Misses on the opportunity, but here's Nick. Look at that by Burb. Great bump, but 2 players still present back on the defensive position. Game calming down a little after that first offensive blowout coming in from Penn Trafford. And Forest Hills, they're looking to be on the offense.
Yeah, Penn Trafford just looking to be the first team to keep Forest Hills from sweeping their way to victory. So already a good start here, up by 2. They do have to be consistent, though. There's still 3:50 on the clock, and that is plenty of time for this Forest Hills Cruise to get him popping. And a little bit of trouble, though, knocking at the net. A good bump onto the goalie as well. And this Penn Trafford team has really come alive. I love the execution after the play, looking for that bump or that demo even after the play or shot.
Here they go once again. It's going to be Forest Hills. Might just secure up the score. Might just break down this goal lead in half. Unfortunately, we see the defense holding on strong for Penn Trafford as heading right into the offense. Here's Pig B. No multiple touches on the ball, and that gives the opportunity to Penn Trafford to take this goal lead further. And they have to do this now. As many goals as they can get, it is less when you're going up against Pig B.
Yeah, now knocking at the net here is Forest Hills still trying to get on the board. Penn Trafford has done a great job of beating them to the ball, being the more aggressive team at the moment. You look to see Forest Hills settle it down. Pigby, though, pops it up in the air, and this is where they have to be careful. This one's going to get away from Pigby, though. Burb will find the stop, looking to have the counterattack as well. A nice stop up the wall, and Penn Trafford looking like a whole different team out here in game number 3.
Oh, that might just be the change that they were looking for. Those Forest Hills almost make the double touch possible off the backboard. Unfortunately for Pig B, could not quite make the angle. And it is Penn Trafford still very much holding this 2-goal lead. Half the game remaining here, hot sauce. It is definitely possible, but look at that by Penn Trafford. They have done what no team could not.
Yeah, I mean, what kind of world do we live in where we could see a reverse sweep coming out of Penn Trafford here? I mean, they have really turned it up a notch. They are playing very well in game number 2. The passes working together, the bumps, the demos as well. And now we see Forest Hills on the attack, though. But Penn Trafford, 2 minutes left, and they've held Forest Hills to 0.
Yeah, it is a phenomenal feat coming in from the Penn Trafford roster here, holding down the top seed to just 0 goals. And we still got 2 minutes remaining here, so things could change unless we start celebrating too early. A few misses coming in from Forest Hills on the orange side, so giving opportunity for Penn Trafford to run away with this game victory.
Again, just doing an insane job of keeping possession of the ball, of making good counterattacks as well. And, we've seen kind of a little bit of a lackluster performance from Forest Hills. We normally see them up in the air, carrying the ball, looking for the flip resets. We really haven't seen much from them here in Game 3, and maybe Penn Trafford just being that much quicker, that much more aggressive has kind of put a damper in that Forest Hills playstyle.
They really can, and with only a minute remaining, I feel like they already have. Forest Hills, they don't have a lot of time to make a comeback here as the time is running out. And Penn Trafford, they're up by 2.
Oh, nearly making a third one as well, and they are knocking at the net, trying to find more. A big demo will come in as well from Nick. On the counterattack, though, Pigby up in the air, and again, look at them contesting. Penn Trafford getting up early, not allowing Pigby to get these flashy plays in, and that has been a huge difference here for Penn Trafford in game number 3.
And with only 30 seconds remaining here, Forest Hills might just be looking to go down in their very first game, rather than the second game of the best of 5 series against a team like Penn Trafford, who have been nothing but amazing.
Yeah, Pigby on the quick attack here, looking to make a nice pass across midfield, and there it is, Dirty Dave, able to secure it up. 17 seconds left on the clock. Can Forest Hills find the equalizer and send it into overtime, or will Penn Trafford be the first team ever to take a game away from Forest Hills?
Oh, I'm rooting for both. Here he comes once again, is Mega Blaskin sending it down center, looking for the opportunity, sends it over to Burr, but Pigby comes out with possession, flicks it over one, has multiple touches on the ball. Does he get bumped away? No, he doesn't, but still opportunity missing out here as Pigby sends it into the field, saved away by Burr, and that might just be...
Pigby somehow saves it. He keeps it alive into the corner. They're going to bump Pigby and one more, and Penn Trafford has done it. Let's go. The first team to ever take a game away from Forest Hills, and now the edge of my seat falling off. Penn Trafford reigniting that fire, and there's a good chance that they can turn this series around.
Absolutely, all they need is one more game, one more crazy game like this to send us into game 5 against a team like Forest Hills, which I believe is a pretty great feat in itself.
Yeah, Forest Hills 55% on the ball possession, still winning that number, but field domination 62% to 38. Penn Trafford really keeping the ball on the side of Forest Hills, and we saw them going up high into the air to the ceiling, contesting every Pig B ball, not allowing Pig to really even get a good aerial shot. They held Pig to 0 goals in game number 3. A phenomenal job by Penn Trafford.
Really is. Couldn't have said it better myself. Now moving on to game number 4 of the best of 5 series. The series scoreline currently being 2-1 in favor of Forest Hills, but Penn Trafford, they're looking strong and they're looking mighty brave to take on this team here in the semifinals of the playoffs.
Yeah, to get a reverse sweep is very tough. They have to win 2 more in a row, and that's why I would have loved to see him take game number 2. It would have been making things just a little more feasible for him. But Penn Trafford certainly showing why you cannot count them out. The first team to take a game from Forest Hills, and that's got to really light their confidence, right? That's got to be a huge booster for them. So we'll see if they can keep that momentum going forward and keep that ball down on the Forest Hills side, not allow Pigby to get up like this. And that is exactly what they can't allow to happen, Flater.
Absolutely not. Whenever Pigby goes up like that, ball up in the air, the second touch can always prove to be fatal, and that is exactly how it's done. 1 goal already going in favor of Pigby.
Yeah, but again, 442, we saw Penn Trafford dominate for the majority of that last game, so we'll see if they can kind of get back on track here. Dirty Dave nearly stealing a goal here, and now Rye prioritizing that boost. Luckily gets the bump, though, and we'll take that ball away. They need to settle things down and kind of getting coagulated together here, but a couple tactical whiffs on both sides. And now the ball floating around midfield here. Mega Blaziken looks to carry it inward. Now Pigby up top, and they got to be careful here. The double tap, but Penn Trafford was waiting, and they read that play very well. Penn Trafford has come alive in these last 2 games.
They really have, haven't they? And holding on and holding Forest Hills down to only a 1-goal lead and trying to take it right back. That is what the sweet cherry on top is. And look at that. They've taken it right back. The equalizer is there, and it comes in from Rye for Penn Trafford.
Yeah, I don't even know what's going on right now. Not only has Penn Trafford really stepped it up, but Forest Hills has seemed to almost kind of fallen off. We don't see these crazy aerial control plays, the big passes coming out, and you got to wonder if maybe they're in a bit of a slump here. They need to try to break free from that, or it will be Penn Trafford going up on top here again in game number 4.
You'll find out soon enough how this goes. Still plenty of time left, like you said. And it's 4 minutes down. We got Knight in possession of the ball here, keeping it to himself for just a little while longer as it's taken now into the hands of the Penn Trafford side, who are looking for the save, but these whiffs could prove fatal. The clear comes in from Nick. Can he follow it up? I believe he can. And the ball taken up high, sent over to the top shelf, and saved by the defense. And we're still all tied up.
Oh my! Penn Trafford does it again. Burb here from midfield, and not a fast ball, only 46 miles per hour. You can see Forest Hills trying to get back in time, but the boost just wasn't there. The distance too much. And look at this. Penn Trafford up on top here in game number 4, looking to be not only the first team that's taken a game away from Forest Hills, but the first team to beat Forest Hills.
I wouldn't really expect whiffs like that from the blue side here. Big B not sure about what he's been doing, because so far taking the ball across your own net is not the best idea. Neither it was over there, as we see 3 minutes left on the clock here. Penn Trafford up by 1, and they're looking to extend this lead further as the pass goes down. The shot not there, but Nick keeping it right here in the blue field.
Yeah, again, Penn Trafford has done a great job of maintaining possession here and really been all on the attack. And now the counterattack coming out as Forest Hills looks to keep it alive. A little back and forth here at midfield. Going up top, though, Pig B is there. The double tap, and Pig B showing you why they are so dangerous.
Look at that, Pig B. The signature double touch is coming in from the man himself as he takes the 1-goal lead and cuts it into 0. We got a 2-2 here on the scoreline, Hot Sauce. This is anybody's game.
Big B looking like Cristiano Ronaldo out there, just razzle-dazzling his way through the defenders one after the next, finding the equalizer. 2-2, 2:22 on the clock as we look to see who will be the next team to go up on top. Penn Trafford knocking at the net again. They've been phenomenal here in Game 3 and Game 4. As Rye finds the shot, doesn't quite find the net though, and now the counterattack in the other direction. A good 50 challenge. Pig B, though, up in the air, and this is where they have to be careful. A great job by Penn Trafford to get a car on the ball and find the counterattack.
Mega Blessing, however, sending it right back to Pigby, who's put a shot on target. And look at the speed of light here on the counterattack coming in from Pigby. The speed of this pass coming in from Mega Blessing as Pigby goes up high off the sidewall and puts another shot on the back of the net.
You know, I've always heard, yeah, when pigs can fly and this and that, but here is one pig that can certainly fly, an absolute juggernaut out of here, doing it time and time again. Penn Trafford did a great job of holding Pig B to 0 goals in game number 3. Pig B already has all 3 goals here, the hat trick on the board as Nick fighting back tooth and nail, trying to find the equalizer as we near that 90-second mark, and this is no easy task. What a phenomenal series we've had here, Flater.
Really has been, and Penn Trafford, they're very much in this game to take the lead right back, and it's 3-3 now. 1 minute and 28 seconds. Hot Sauce, like I said, this is anybody's game, and I cannot stress it more.
Rye has got to be feeling fly after that nice move. Find on the back of the net and the equalizer. Penn Trafford 4-2, a tough start in this series. But I don't know, they have flipped the switch. They have come alive. It's do or die, and they are certainly putting in the work. Now on the counterattack, off the crossbar, the shot, and it's good. My, oh my. What's going on here, Flater?
Did somebody drink, I don't know what, 8 cans of Red Bull or something for her on the Penn Trafford side? Because
me? Because I'm yelling?
This is a different roster. Penn Trafford.
My dog's over here looking at me. Why are you so excited? The neighbors are probably wondering what's going on. They have got me on the edge of my seat. Pig B really showing some good control there, but nothing able to come of it. Nick on the counterattack, off the backboard again one more time. Big B will find the touch. Forest Hills now down by 1, and the lead has exchanged a couple times. We've seen it tied up a couple times as well, and what a high-scoring game for these two talented teams out here.
And I mean, talented is an understatement here. Look at the kind of plays that have been going on. We only see this at the highest level of Rocket League here. In the Rocket League scene, a whiff comes in from Burb though, as there it is, the save from Rai, holding on to that 1-goal lead. Penn Trafford, all they need to do is hold on out for 30 more seconds, 30 long seconds, as they're still going up against the very same roster who's capable of securing multiple goals in rather 10 seconds. We got Mega Blaziken now getting bumped away. Nick on the save, but Pigby right there to take this ball right back into his own hands as he sends this down center. The second teammate taking a little too long to respond to it, and as the time is ticking down, it is a clean ticket. It is a straight ticket into the game 5 here as Forest Hills. They're struggling to take this next goal, and it's gonna be Penn Trafford at 0 seconds who have this 1-goal lead as they drop it down, and we go to game 5.
I cannot believe what we're seeing. And Penn Trafford again, the ball possession in the favor of Forest Hills, field domination slightly in favor of Penn Trafford. Pig B with 3 goals, but Penn Trafford coming away with 4 in total, 3 saves as well, 4 big demos, only 1 demo for Forest Hills. And we saw Forest Hills not lose a single match throughout the regular season. Now they've lost 2 to Penn Trafford, and Penn Trafford is knocking out the door for the reverse sweep.
I can't stress this enough. What is going on? And you have to tell me, Hot Sauce, what? Game 5? Penn Trafford, what happened there in these past 2 games? The energy coming in from this team has surged so far, and they're feeling it. They are definitely feeling it. Now this game 5 is make or break for either of these teams. The spot for grand finals right here on the lines. I think we could not have asked for a more exciting semis.
Yeah, I mean, Penn Trafford is doing a phenomenal job battling back. I was kind of hoping to see Forest Hills and Greater Altoona in that championship, both teams undefeated. But I mean, if Penn Trafford can knock off Forest Hills here, Greater Altoona better look out. This team is looking very dangerous. Again, they had a tough start in those first 2 games, but here in these last 2, they have just been dominating this Forest Hills team, and nobody's been able to do that throughout the entire regular season.
Absolutely, and now in game 5, right, we see Penn Trafford doing something that nobody else has been able to do, and look at that, there they go, Penn Trafford once again, right off the bat with the very first goal.
Yeah, unreal here as Burb gets the first one, and no time off the clock as well, just 4 seconds, and this is great for them. They're really putting that early pressure on Forest Hills.
Wow, okay, let's see what we have here. 10 seconds in, Penn Trafford up by 1. Can they hold on to this though? We'll find out soon enough. Pigby shot on target, saved immediately. Nick right in front of the goal line, sending it high. We got Dirty Dave, a bit of a whiff on the ball there, so Penn Trafford should be taking the possession here, but they're not able to do so. Pigby right there in front of the goal line, looking for the shot. Mega Blaziken, can he get the touch? No, he can't. Not so fast. Look at that. What is going to happen in this game? I have no idea. Hot Sauce, what is going on? We're still holding on to this 1-goal lead from Penn Trafford, and we got Forest Hills struggling to make an offensive play here.
Yeah, in both these games, we've really seen 0 or only 1 demo from Forest Hills. Penn Trafford has had a lot more, so maybe Pigby just needs to get a little aggressive themselves, try to find a demo and open up some of that space for Pigby or the Mega Blaziken, because we know how well they can play when they have that open space. But right now, it has been Penn Trafford, all Penn Trafford on the attack, and a bit of a double commit from Forest Hills as well. Things maybe kind of falling apart a bit for them.
They really are, and Pigby, after such a dominant season, he would not want to be going down like this off a reverse sweep as well. However, Penn Trafford, look at that. A whiff in front of the net is going to result in Forest Hills taking that 1 goal right back.
Yeah, tag team back again. Say whoop, there it is. The pass from Pigby. The Mega Blaziken will find it. And now all tied up at 1-1. And these are the types of the plays that Forest Hills needs to make, though. They need to be making sure that they're working together, help creating some of the space. Well, wide open net, and the defense will come in just in the nick of time. Forest Hills knocking at the door one more time as we are all tied up yet again, but a missed touch, and this is a wide open net.
And Trafford taking advantage as soon as they see it. It doesn't matter. They're not tunnel visioned in this game. They are ready to take this win, and Burb alone capable of tethering himself to the ball, beating all 3 players in Forest Hills and taking this 1-goal lead right back into his own hands.
Yeah, Big B trying to get that hit off the wall, but actually sending it backwards and really putting his team in a tough position there. The Verb goes up, doesn't find a touch on this one, and now back across midfield. A big demo here from Verb as well, and Penn Trafford has been getting a lot of demos. Forest Hills, I think, needs to answer back with some of those as well. Got to find some of that space. Now on the attack as well. Nick tucked into the corner. We'll wait to settle this one and carry it out. Doesn't win the 50, though. The ball in front of the net. A good catch to keep it going. And Forest Hills still down by 1 as we get ever so close to that halfway point.
Here we go. Forest Hills trailing by 1. We see Mega Blast again now in Dirty Dave. Trying to take possession, trying to send this ball right onto the offensive side. Pig B cannot win that 50, so it's going to be Mega Blessing once again off the pinch. Can't just give away this ball over to Nick, who's up for it and looking for the third goal here. Penn Trafford, if they go up by 2, then that really spells danger for Forest Hills.
Yeah, a bit of a double commit here from Forest Hills as well. They have to be careful, kind of making some minor mistakes that we don't normally see them make as well. So Big B on the counterattack. That play is going to be easy red, though. Snuffed out and kicked the other direction. Counterattack coming in for Penn Trafford. The save will come in as well. We've got some big booming plays in both directions here as Blaziken looks to carry it in the corner. Big B is getting bumped everywhere. No, Dirty Dave. What is going on from this Forest Hills team?
I feel like there has been, a lot of miscommunication going on here. People are panicking, but they have to find that stability here in the last few minutes, because here's Pigby once again on the ball, dribbling 2, sends it over to Blaziken, who beats the last man. Dirty David, all comes down to him or Michael Blaziken to take this equalizer right here, and Pigby doing a lot of work, beating 2, and leaves both of his teammates just to beat that one man who gets demoed away, and Forest Hills takes this equalizer.
I mean, it doesn't happen often, but I feel like I'm almost speechless. I'm staring at the screen, jaw dropped, eyes wide, going, what is going on here? This Penn Trafford team, they have awoken a beast, and they are putting up a solid fight here against Forest Hills. A near goal. Can they get the second touch? A beautiful save. They keep it alive. Oh, my.
What is that?
Somebody clip it and ship it.
Oh, my
Phenomenal
God.
stop here, and one more. Forest Hills just can't seem to get it in.
Oh no, it just wasn't meant to be. Penn Trafford, the cards on their side here. The fourth defender doing so much work, and the flick could have been it, but Miguel Blaziken still manages to make the save. The final 60 seconds left here in game number 5. Anybody's game, and we see Penn Trafford currently in possession. Burp taking his sweet time with the ball, looking for the 50, doesn't even need it, beats 1. Pigby right there to make a difference. It sends it wide, but a whiff coming in on the second touch, and Nick here to make this ground touch pass. The second shot from Rye is a little too wide, and Pigby makes the save.
This is absolutely unreal. I cannot believe what we're witnessing. 30 seconds left on the clock. Pigby looks for the flick over the head, but Rye able to steal a touch on that one and keep it out from the goal. Headed back in the other direction. One more save from Forest Hills. That's Dirty Dave with a save. And now the counterattack again across midfield. A nice touch here. Mega Blaziken looking to carry this one forward. The ball is floating high. And now the touch toward the goal. 10 seconds on the regulation clock. And we might have a Game 5 overtime here, Flater.
Oh, wow. All right, Pigby, one final touch, though, for him. Gets it dumped away from the ball, and it is going to be a Game 5 overtime hot sauce. You're feeling it? I'm feeling it. Who is going to take this game? We see Forest Hills coming out on top on the possession play. The clear over from Nick. Right, the passing play a little too wide, and Pigby should be able to send this clear over. We got Burb now. Looking for the second touch. Pigby gets the clear. Rye, last man alive, needs to get the save, which he does. Sends it into the corner. Second touch for him. Doesn't come through, not yet, but he takes it past 1 anyways. Pigby right there. Rotating ball side. I'm not sure that's a good idea, because Nick right there sending it once again towards the blue net. Pigby challenged immediately by 2 players. Mega Blast an opportunity. Doesn't take it. The angle a little too wide, hits the post, and we are still scoreless here in overtime.
Yeah, this is just insane thus far. Dirty Dave needs to get a good touch here. Now back in the other direction is Rye. Fires to midfield. They look to settle it down. There's Pigby. He'll tuck it into the corner. Look to carry forward as Burb looks to settle. Can't win the 50. Pigby will at least find the touch, the bump. So Blaziken can keep this one alive. Nick on the counterattack. As Forest Hills finds themselves playing D one more time. Pigby looks to carry it out. Nick keeps it alive. Now the shot. This one's going to be a hair high. And Forest Hills has to be careful here. A minute past overtime, and neither team has been able to find this goal here. This is getting nutty.
It really is. Now here's Nick in possession. Could not get the boost, and Pigby should be able to take this possession to himself, but Nick comes in first, looks for the bomb. Dirty Dave with a very necessary touch there. Pigby off the sidewall, looking to just clear it, cannot keep the calm, and that's what's troubling from the Forest Hills side. They're unable to keep possession for much longer. They're giving it away to Penn Trafford, and such threatening shots are being put on target. Pigby with a phenomenal save. Now 40 boost to his name, flicks it over one, but the last man there to make it right back. Mega Blessing and shot towards the bottom right corner, saved by Nick. And we go off the sidewall. Mega Blaziken looking for the demo. Does find it. Pigby now on the pass. We've already seen how devastating they can be. And there it is. Hot sauce. It's going to be Forest Hills taking game 5 in overtime. Oh my God, what a series.
Everybody needs to stand up and give a round of applause for Penn Trafford, though. Nobody has been able to compete with Forest Hills the entire season thus far, and Penn Trafford nearly reverse sweeping. I'm looking forward to seeing this team in the next season. Penn Trafford has made some big moves, certainly looked phenomenal here tonight. Forest Hills, in the end, though, able to sneak it away. I did not expect it to be this close. 3-2 in game number 5, and an overtime at that. You couldn't ask for a better series here in the TEC High School Division 1.
No, you cannot. And if you could see my face right now, Hot Sauce, this is the face of a person who doesn't believe what he just witnessed. Like you said, only a few times when you're speechless. Well, this series has made me speechless all the way through. I cannot imagine what the Penn Trafford has been presenting us here, and look at the amount of plays that they made throughout this game. Penn Trafford making a comeback here in game number 3. Then once again we saw a 1-goal game in game number 4, and here game 5 overtime. Could not have asked for a better ending.
Yeah, I mean, coming up next, we've got Greater Altoona, who's also 6-0, and United, who is 5-1. But that kind of makes me worry a little bit for Forest Hills in that grand finale. We saw them dominate throughout the whole regular season, now struggling against the number 4 seed as well. So you got to wonder if they can keep it together in that championship. But again, we've got Greater Altoona, number 2, taking on United, number 3, here in just a few moments. I want to remind everybody as we get closer to this grand championship, though, that's going to be on December 3rd, starting at 9 a.m. at St. Francis University in Loretto, PA. So we hope to see all your wonderful faces out there. If for some reason it's a little too far, you can't quite make it, you can check out that competition live here on the Esport Company. That's twitch.tv, the Esport Company, and that's going to start at 9 a.m. on December 3rd. Guys, don't go anywhere, because when we come back, we've got Greater Altoona versus United.
And here at Tech High School Series, we are back with the final series that's going to be taking place here. Altoona CTC going up against United, the second and the third seed. Altoona sitting at second, followed by United on the third, and Hot Sauce V are in for another exciting game.
Yeah, I mean, Greater Altoona, the one of two only undefeated teams, as we saw Forest Hills already. United, though, 5-1. So certainly a very, very good team. And now, after we watch Penn Trafford do what they did to Forest Hills, you can't rule out any possibilities here in this final game of the day. Greater Altoona looking to, honestly, again, I always root for the underdog. United is just equally as good, but I would love to see the two undefeated teams go head-to-head in that championship spot.
Absolutely. That was what the predictions have been. Altoona facing Forest Hills, they're in the finals, but with how Penn Trafford played and what we can expect from this series, anything could happen. We could see United coming out on top right here. We'll find out, because may the best team win. We got all the players in. Let's get started. Game 1 of this best of 5 series now begins.
Yeah, and I mean, if you're Greater Altoona or United, you have to be hungry to get in that championship, especially if you watched that last series and saw what Penn Trafford was able to do to Forest Hills. So, I think both these teams are going to be very hungry. Game 1 could be a little wild, but I guess we'll have to wait and see as we get underway here.
Here we go, game number 1. Starting us off, here is Greater Altoona CTC, but it might just be United coming in with a bit of a counterattack here. And I see some familiar names coming in from the Valorant roster, as we see Ludinus now from the United roster. We saw him yesterday as well, holding on to this multi-game gamer right here.
Yeah, I mean, it just goes to show you that how many skills these kids have and have developed over these seasons. Much like kids who play multiple different sports, it's the same case here. And there's many different mechanics to these games, and obviously a lot to think about, many different strategies in a shooter versus car ball, basically. So for these kids to really transfer that talent and apply it to multiple different places here is phenomenal. It just goes to show you the various different skills that they develop through these games that they can also use in life.
Absolutely, and here we go. The first goal already coming in for Greater Altoona CTC after a lot of back and forth. So we cannot count United out yet here in this game because only a single goal going to Altoona's side, and United here they are on the offense, worst player in possession. Looking with this pass pinch down center, which it does go through. Steele, however, manages to make it work, sends the clear all the way back to the midfield, while United hold on to this offensive prowess. Mr. Chimp to get out of his own half, it's not going to be easy as we see United going for another opportunity for a shot on target. Altoona holding on to this defense, but can they hold on to it perfectly?
Yeah, and definitely pretty wild here in game number one. We see all the cars flying everywhere, but just a beautiful give and go here. We see the pass coming off the back wall here in the corner over to Steele. And again, when a team is this good, they're going to capitalize on these shots. Nobody able to get up and contest as well. And Greater Altoona now up 2-0 in game number one.
It's only been 90 seconds. Altoona, they've already secured 2. So we do see United having some chances for opportunities here and there. And here's another one, but they're not able to make these finishers go in. So a little bit of first game jitters coming in from the United sides. Hopefully they can get something to work because so far Altoona, they have been on a rampage here as another goal comes in from Steel OP as he takes this double touch off the backboard. Look at the shot on target, bottom right corner. Altoona up by 3.
Yeah, just look at the control over the car as well coming in to make that shot. And Greater Altoona right now putting up a strong start. We did see this in the last series, though. However, I think we saw Forest Hills win 7-0 or 7-1 in game one. So again, you cannot count United out. Maybe a bit of a tough start for them, but game one jitters, they are a real thing, and it can be a little sporadic. So we'll see if United can take a deep breath, settle into the gameplay that they're used to, and begin to fight back in game number one.
We're all hoping for the comeback to come through from United side because we can definitely see the mechanics shining. However, not being able to make those final touches and those few touches here and there has resulted in Altoona taking possession and securing shots like this. Steele, there he is, securing another touch goal coming in from the pass from May, and that is only half the game gone, and Altoona already up by 4.
Yeah, I mean, just the thing with Greater Altoona is all 3 of these members are phenomenal. And, you know, Forest Hills, they have Pigby, they have Mega Blaziken. That third member switches on and off as well. So, again, Greater Altoona right now looking like a very tough team to beat. But as we mentioned, we saw the same thing from Forest Hills in their first game of the series. So you can't count United out just yet. This game is going to be tough for them, however. I would love to see them at least grab a couple goals before the end of this game, though, just to kind of build it up for the second one.
Absolutely, we should hope so, because so far, you know, Altoona, they have been walking away with any opportunity they had. Steele leading the charge with 4 goals to his name, 3 saves as well, and 7 shots to top it off. So a bit of a dominant cannon there on the Altoona side. And if you as United, you want to silence him, you gotta step up your game.
And Ladunas here looking to get a touch off the backboard, a shot opportunity from worst player. But this one, unfortunately, is going to be a bit high here. And now the counterattack carrying down to the other side. And once that ball gets popped up, they need to find a car on it because Altoona is certainly going to be up there looking for the shot.
4 goals already going for the Altoona side, and this might just be the 5th one. As Steele looks for a very fancy fake, doesn't find it, but that could have been the final nail in the coffin. With only 90 seconds remaining, it is difficult as is for United to make this comeback, and it's just gonna be Altoona walking away with every air dribble possession, taking the ball right into their own hands. We see Mr. May going up high off the backboard. Steele there to close the shot out, but the defense stops it right in front of the roots. We got Mr. Chimp in possession. Worst player takes it right back, sends it to the midfield, and a bit of a calming game here as we see United holding on to this defense, but they got to get out of their own half. They're running out of boost. Altoona has been having multiple opportunities on the ball, and the time is ticking down.
Yeah, I think for game one, we'll see worst player find a goal here, but most likely Greater Altoona will secure game one. This is what we want to see, though, from Ludunas, from worst player, from FaZe Gamer as well. We want to see him grab a goal, maybe 2, maybe 3, who knows, but at least get a few goals on board before heading into that next game so they can build a little momentum, a little confidence, and just make it aware that they are able to play with this very good team.
Absolutely, that is the plan for Altoona here in this game, and United, They have to look for something before going into game 2. And Hot Sauce, I completely agree with you. This has been Altoona shining off, showing off their potential here in this best of 5 series. But United, they definitely need something heading into game number 2.
Yeah, again, I just have to go back to that last series. Forest Hills, I believe, won that first game 7-1. Here we have Altoona 5-1. So again, first game jitters are a real thing. Sometimes things don't go your way. It's how you answer back in that second and third game that makes a big deal. So we'll see if United can do that. We'll see if they can get a goal here in this last 30 seconds as well. But Greater Altoona most likely has secured game number 1 here in this best of 5.
Into 25 seconds remaining, not much happening as of right now. You see United in the blue corner looking for the consolation goal and looking to break that momentum, but so far that hasn't come through. Worst player, however, will find the double fake, however, the back of the net, and not in his luck, as we see. With only 5 seconds remaining, United down by 4, so it's going to be Altoona taking game 1.
Yeah, I mean, just a great job. Just a great job by them of maintaining that ball possession. We'll see here on the stats as well. Ball possession, 58%. Field domination actually favoring United here a bit as well. So really the stats not too far off, but Altoona, when they're up in the air, they're getting really quality shots as well. We see Steele with 4, a hat trick plus 1. So 5 saves as well from Steele on that defensive side of things. Really just being a juggernaut out here.
Absolutely, and with this first game out of the way, United, they gotta let the jitters go. They gotta make a comeback. We all in the last series as well. We saw Penn Trafford struggling in the first game, but they were able to bring it right back from game 3. So it all starts with applying a little pressure here and there, look for opportunities, figure out the strat, and then going out all on the offense.
Yeah, I mean, Greater Altoona is so good in the air, right? The one way that we saw Penn Trafford kind of stop that against Forest Hills, what United needs to do is they need to go up and contest these balls early. You have other defenders to be by the net, so make sure they're sending someone up to either try to touch the ball or even just get a bump, when they're in the air to kind of help get them down to the ground, because we've seen Steele just put on a showcase from the air.
Absolutely. Steele, like we see in the chat, is very close in skill with the man Pig B that we saw, the legend of Division 1. So we see another one here, just matching him in skill. And of course, the rest of the players in Altoona, nothing to scoff about. Their skill has been relentless when it comes to the offense.
Yeah, again, they constantly, and honestly, they didn't even have the field domination in their favor, but they did have the ball possession. And when they are shooting shots, they're shooting really good quality shots. They're finding the second chance opportunities, but they almost don't even need them because, again, these first initial shots from the air, we saw Steele get 4 of them and just did a phenomenal job.
Absolutely, and here we go once again into game number 2. United, they're looking for that very first goal. They should be able to find it right now, but Steele comes in with an amazing save, and this man is great both at the offense and defensive side. Lunan is looking for the second touch, but the saves keep on coming in from the Altoona roster, who now looks for their very first counterattack.
All right, Steele looking to settle this one down as United finds the attack and the pressure. Good communication here. Mr. Chimp isn't going to be able to touch this one, though, and they'll send it out wide and to the right. Steele up top looks to get a touch across midfield. There's another one from Mr. Chimp, and doing a great job of passing to each other. This ball is going to sneak by, though. FaZe Gamer has one to beat. It gets popped up, though, and we'll buy Altoona some time as United will decide to kind of back off this, rotate, and get better position.
Here they go now, possession in favor of United as they're looking for more and more goals. We see worst player off the corner. The pass is good. The second man, however, a little too far back. Luren is sent it over to FaZe Gamer, but here's an opportunity that rises for United to open up the scoreline, and they need it. They desperately need that first goal in order to break the momentum that Altoona has brought into game number 2.
Yeah, I mean, already doing a better job of keeping Altoona from scoring. And as I say that, they're going to drive this one right in. No stop and steal as he is made of steel. Putting the OP in OP as well. And again, just a phenomenal job here. They did a great job of holding Altoona to this score. I think it took them a couple minutes or a minute 36 to get there. But again, Altoona getting that first goal now. United needs to find a way to answer back soon. They don't want to let Altoona run away with it.
Absolutely not. They have to do something right here. Altoona, they've already started securing more and more goals here in game 2. And now Currently in possession, we see Luton is sending it down center. The ball needs to be picked up almost immediately on those passes. I'm not sure what's the wait, because so far United, they have been a little slow on the offense, and we're looking for them to shine through here on their very first goal.
Yes, and now in front of the net again, though. They look to make a defensive stand. They'll carry out across midfield. Laduna's trying to get back in time, and the teammate will be there for the 50. Not a lot of power behind that one, and Ladunas unfortunately can't find the touch. A wide open net, and no one is there.
Wow. And second goal coming in from Greater Altuna CDC. And it's a straight shot on target, right? Mr. May, like you said, no one there to save that shot. Of course, here United now going down by 2. We're almost at the half-game mark here. United, they're still looking for that very first goal.
Yeah, again, up by 2. They don't want to let Greater Altoona get too far away in this one again, but still, after that first series with Forest Hills that we saw, you just never know what's going to happen. So at any point, United could come alive and find a couple goals here. Still 2:30 left in this one. Plenty of time to get that first one. Ludunas knocking out the door, but the save is there. Can they find the second touch? No. The defense has been an absolute brick wall so far from Altoona.
So far, so good. 2 goals already going in for the Tunis' favor. A bit of a bump coming in, making it a 2v2 for a little while. Let's see if United is able to take opportunity for that, as you see Face Gamer taking it up high, sends it over the backboard. Steele, no problems whatsoever in making the save right there. Lurinus, no second touch for him, as he takes it a little too long, and we just see Altoona outpacing them when it comes to the offensive side here, and that is what's making all the difference here in the second game.
Yeah, we see Worst going up, but again, a double commit here as FaZe is already there, and maybe just falling apart a little bit on that communication. They want to make sure they don't do that, because 2 players at the ceiling, it's going to take them a lot of time to get down, rotate back toward the net. We see a wide open net, but that one's going to be a little too far to the left for Mr. Chimp to redirect. He tries to settle, bounces over the head. Worst player on the attack, finds the bump, pass to midfield. The shot on the defense, again for Greater Altoona, has been absolutely on point.
On point, no better way to put it. Right here, Hot Sauce, we see Altoona dominating on all corners and all portions of this field. Another bump coming in right in front of the goal line. That's just time ticking down for United. They don't have plenty left here in game 2. Is Altoona, they're up by 2. And of course, going down by 2 games against a team like Altoona, that sounds danger.
Yeah, 1 minute remaining, and still 2 is not a huge lead, however. So if they can find a goal here by that 30-second mark, it gives them a good opportunity. But Greater Altoona has just been playing to a key at this point.
They absolutely have, and with another opportunity going in favor of United. Let's see if they're able to make this first goal happen. Worst player struggling to take possession is going to be Luton, is coming out on top, but Mr. Chimp, being an absolute nuisance on the offensive side, sends the possession right back into the Altoona half. Steele off the corner, looking for a self-pass here. FaZe should be able to make this clear. Mr. May pushed up a little too further, so Mr. Chimp will be there to take possession right back into his own hands. Mr. May, there he is, another whiff in front of the goal line. However, it doesn't matter. Time is running out, and a 2-goal deficit might just turn into a 3 if Lurinus doesn't manage to get this save, which he still does. However, game number 2 win seems like it's going to be going to Altoona.
Yeah, United had some great plays. Unfortunately for them, most of their great plays are on that defensive side, not really able to get out and create some pressure on the other side of things. We see that ball possession in favor of Altoona. Field domination basically the same, though. A much closer game here, as it is 2-0. So far, kind of a very similar repeat to that last series. The big question, though, can United come out and steal a game? If Greater Altoona sweeps this, I think Forest Hills has to take a step back. They might be worried a bit and kind of have to think about what they're going to do differently.
You really do need to think about it, right? We've seen United trying to look for opportunities here and there, but they haven't been able to find it. They've not even been able to find the shots and the clears that they've been looking for. So this right here in game 3 is their final opportunity. And of course, we as casters, we can only tell them so much, right? We can predict what's going to happen, but it all comes down to the ability of these players, the kind of mechanics that they bring on here in game 3, and see if they're able to make this reverse sweep happen.
Yeah, no, I like to think I know what I'm talking about, but all these players certainly have a lot more skill than I do. So, it's always great to see him out there. But again, United has to find a way to kind of alleviate some of this space. Greater Atuna has just been all pressure, and they got to find a way to keep him out of the air. We saw a couple good
Mhm.
aerials from worst player, but in the end, it just looks like Greater Altoona is the slightly better team mechanically. But as we saw in that last series, I mean, you just never know. So I would love to see United come out, take a game away from them, and see what they can do.
Absolutely. We'll find out if we're able to see something better coming in from the United side here in game three. One final opportunity. We go to Forbidden Temple once again, and could be the last game of the series.
All right, the kickoff here really not going in anyone's favor. Still kind of floating around midfield. A bunch of the cars coagulating together, trying to find a touch. Now off the back wall, Mr. Chimp will find one. Mr. May is there as well as they look to carry it out. Ludonis, not quite the touch they wanted, and Steele will bang this one into the corner. See if they can get something off that phase there on the defense, but unable to keep pressuring out. And now at midfield, Mr. May fires a shot. This one's going to be a little high, and Steele will have to rotate around. Good early pressure here already from Altoona United, needing to find a way to break out of their side.
And look at that. The double commit on defense is not a good sign coming in from United. It just goes to show that they're struggling to make ends work, make ends connect. Because so far, United, they're still looking for their very first goal. Could have been the opportunity from worst player. However, Mr. Chim comes in with the save. Now May in the possession, taken away by Worst once again. But from corner to corner, it's not going to result in a goal. So some plays need to be made here. Some risky chances need to be taken in order to take these goals. May, right in front of the goal line, gets the save, pass it over to Steele, and look at that shot on target. The first goal going in favor of Altoona, and it's a beautiful one as is.
Yeah, just a big booming clear in the other direction, and Steele just reads it nicely and really has no time to do so. Gets up, puts a nice angle on the ball, puts it right to the back of the net because he can see all the United members around him in the air as well. And Steele just doing a great job of remaining calm and doing what he needs to do to capitalize in that situation. Greater Altoona will now find themselves up by one here in this third game.
Here we go. The first goal already going in favor of Altoona. And they're looking for more right here on the offensive side. We see Face Gamer. We're going to get this clear. However, it's not going to come through. It's Steele now taking possession. Mr. Chimp cutting rotations, but it works, right? Whenever we see Altoona going for such plays, it just works out because that's how well coordinated they are. That's how well coordinated the comms have been. And United, they're still struggling to get out of their own half, and that's going to spell doom because here's another goal coming in favor, almost going in favor of Steele as a save comes in from worst player.
Yeah, beautiful save there. But Altoona has just done a phenomenal job with not only the comms, but the rotations. We always see one attacking the ball at the net. We always see one deep past midfield to be that third man to keep it in, and the other member just rotating into position as well. So really never having anybody not back at the net, always finding these good plays, pressing up at the right time, and just playing very, very good car ball.
They really are, and it just goes to show how well coordinated and how well this team has been playing. And here it is, Greater Altoona once again on the offense, find another goal of the touch in the sidewall. Mr. Chim putting it in the bottom left corner. Second goal going in favor of Altoona.
Yeah, I mean, Greater Altoona is just the more aggressive team. They're the faster team at the moment, and unfortunately for United, they're just struggling to deal with the pace that Altoona is dishing out here. Steele off the sidewall, looking to get one more. The flip reset is there, but the defense, a double commit from United, doesn't come back to haunt them just yet, but nobody in that net. Ladunas across midfield, a chip shot, and Faze will find the stop. Nobody back on the other side, though, but worse. Oh, they somehow just kind of messed that shot up a little bit, and Altoona able to get a touch on it. I thought United was about to find their first goal there.
They need that first goal, right? Because they still haven't found that very first goal from the last two games. So getting one right here could shift the tides, could give that confidence that they need right now. Because Altoona, with only 2 minutes remaining, all they got to do is hold out this defensive line.
Exactly that, but easier said than done at times. And worst player with a nice touch, though. That's what they need here across midfield. Nothing too fancy, but a nice subtle touch to find the back of the net now. Just down by one from finding that equalizer and tying it up. Could we have a repeat from the previous series?
Could be. We're on the right track. We are on the exact same track as we saw last game. United, all they need now is the second goal, and Luton is off to a great start, sending it into the corner. No second touch. Mr. Chim takes it high off the sidewall, shot towards the back of the net. A little too wide, and it's going to be Steele. Now May pushing this offense further, not giving any opportunities to United. Making plays left, right, and center. Luton is a whiff on the ball. Is it going to result in Altuna taking possession right back as the ball has just been bouncing around on the blue half, looking to get out of their own net? Altuna taking it a little too wide, but opportunity for Mr. Chim to make the save. United, they've been on this offense for quite a long time. They're running out of boost, so if the goal needs to come through, it needs to be here right now.
Yeah, we'll see him now on the back pedal as Steele carries across midfield, has the chip up. The defense is there, now pressuring out. Mr. May finds the touch, and I think maybe an own goal here as well off to the Mr. May touch. That is going to be unfortunate for United. And it is.
Oh, wow.
Oh, my. That one is just unfortunate.
All right, 50 seconds remaining here, and with Altuna up by 2 goals, it might just be the final nail of the coffin, as here's another opportunity coming in for worst player, though. Look at that accuracy, just a little too wide, and Mr. Chimp going for another save right in front of the goal line. See Ludenus now looking for possession. Steele sending it down center for Mr. Chimp to pick this up, but the defense holds on strong. A 2-goal lead to beat is not going to be easy, but FaZe Gamer makes the save happen. Can't get out of their own half. Mr. Chimp up with the ball, looks for the opportunity, and Steele looks to close it out, but the saves keep on coming in. But is it going to be enough, Hot Sauce? I don't believe so. Altuna, they are on the right track to make that spot in the grand final.
B-A-N-A-N-A-S, Mr. Chimp going bananas back there on that defensive side as well. And you're exactly right. It's not going to be enough. 3-1 will be the final score, and Greater Altoona will take it in sweeping fashion. If you're Forest Hills, you got to take a step back and look at this. Again, Greater Altoona looking like the team to beat. It's going to be Forest Hills versus Greater Altoona in that championship on December 3rd, starting at 9 a.m., and I am incredibly excited for that banger.
And of course, Division 1, like you said, Forest Hills and Greater Altoona will be facing each other in the grand finals. And over on the other division, we got some exciting games as well. Greater Altoona in Division 2. Hot Sauce, this school is capable of some very great esports players.
Yeah, and as we were talking to some of those players, even GCs on that Division 2 as well. So just a plethora of very, very talented individuals over there. Greater Altoona showing you, why they're undefeated, listed at the number 2 seed, but certainly giving valuable points as to why they should be that number 1 seed. I couldn't be more excited, though, to have these 2 undefeated teams going head-to-head in that championship at St. Francis University in Loretto, PA. Again, that's December 3rd at 9 a.m. We'd love to see you all there in person. If for some reason you can't make it, though, we will have it live here for you, twitch.tv/the Esport Company.
And that, I believe, Hot Sauce, is going to be it from our side. Once again, thank you for TEC High School Series for some of the most amazing playoff series that we have seen today. Could not ask for anything better, especially that Division 1 game between Greater Altoona and Penn Trafford. Could not have gone any better. But that is it from our side. This is TEC High School Series, and we will be signing off.